going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys tapping in with us on a Wednesday. Man, we up in here. Draft is done. Free agency is done. We talked about the draft picks. We also talked about the undrafted free agents. Kind of let you guys know kind of how we felt on that. But because everything is now in the books, let's take a look at the depth chart. Let's take a look at just what these position rooms are going to look like. Do we like it? Do we think we need a little bit more help? And so we'll take a look at the position groups and how we feel about it. To break things up a little bit, we're going to do a start them, bench them, cut them. We're going to bring that back, have a little bit of fun. If you don't know what that is, definitely hit that sub button so you get included in the chat. It's a little bit of a game that we play in the off season to kind of break things up. And then based on what position groups we think we still need some work on, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the free agents that are available, and we'll end the show with that. So we definitely appreciate everybody rocking with us, tapping in. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the sub button if you want to get included in the chat. Just one way that we can show our appreciation to our subscribers. But if you don't know, you're in the Raider War Room. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. You got Chris Protect Show Podcast on this side. You got the Severe Raider over here. We appreciate y'all rocking. And yeah, Jeff, I look, Jeff, you're officially the first moderator of my channel. I've been trying.
There you go. About time you got one, man.
I did it. All right. I grew up a little bit. All right. I'm graduating in this little podcast.
You be letting anybody in the chat, man. Talking crazy.
No, that's on me. But hey, appreciate everybody rocking. Before we get going, man, I gotta say it's up to my guys. But first, I'm gonna say it's up to you, Chris. First, but definitely give a shout out to your interview that you have with Hugh Jackson. I know you posted a little bit ago. I know that you said it a couple of times, but for the new people in the building, let everybody know what that is, because man, it's a fire interview.
Yeah, man. Just for everyone who has had a chance to see it, man. Yeah, it was actually my third installment of having interviews with him, man. But had a fire interview with our former coach Hugh Jackson. Talked about a lot of stuff, man. Talked about some of the memories. He actually was telling us about the differences between college and the NFL, some of the things that Mendoza may be going through, some things that Kubiak may be going through as a first-year head coach. He broke down, one of his prospects or one of his players he coached, Ted Hurst. So it was a lot of good talk, man. But yeah, definitely check it out. Like I said, I've interviewed him 3 times. If you want to hear about some of the stuff that really happened during his time as our coach, the first 2 interviews we really dug in deep, but this one we kind of talked about kind of where our team is at and kind of what our coach is going through. But definitely checking out. Yeah,
100%, man. So if you guys can, if you're either our channels after you guys we're done with this, definitely head over to Protect Shield Podcast, tap in with that interview, man. It was fire, 100%. But again, and I actually gave a moderator to Jason Downs. So shout out to you, man. Hey, I got two now.
Okay, Jason Downs. Okay, you got some dogs. Got 2 dogs, pit bulls. They ain't gonna let nothing pop off.
I feel real now.
There you go.
So shout out to you guys. But hey, Severe, man, let everybody know where they can find you as well, man, as we start out this show, and also just a couple of your shows that you got throughout the week. So everybody knows in the beginning, so in case they miss it towards the end.
Yeah, man, you guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider, YouTube, IG, Snapchat, TikTok, X, True Social, Kick, Twitch, everywhere, man. Hey, man, look. I'm over there, man. I'm over there. In there.
I know you over there.
I got the logo up and everything.
For your life.
I ain't said a word over there yet, bro. I just, I just pop in, see what's going on that side of town. Just in case something popping off.
Yeah.
I'll be the first motherfucker to know. But yeah, man. Yeah, you can find me, man. In the Raider Roar Room, obviously, my guys, Chris Protect Shield, 805 Raider. Every Wednesdays and Sunday, then Tuesday and Thursday, my dog Pharaoh NFL, the 50-50 show and Around the Shield, man. Raider Nation villain, basically, the truth teller, the soothsayer. Y'all know what it is.
The hater, the number one hater.
The number one unball knower.
Oh, yeah, you don't know ball. Don't know ball.
Now, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Definitely. Again, if you're onto the channels afterwards, do us a big favor. Go to the other channels, hit those sub buttons, hit those like buttons. If you like what you're hearing, you get the number one hater, but hey, you maybe got 3 on the stage, and you just never know who's gonna be hated next. So, but we have fun with it. But we definitely appreciate everybody rock with us. We're gonna pop in real quick with the chat. So it's up to everybody. Jason, in the building. What's going on, man? We got Jeff as well. What's happening? De La Fonte in the building. Thoughts on Cam Coleman versus Jeremiah receiver prospects? I haven't tapped into a lot of college. I've watched a little bit of Jeremiah.
He's him.
So,
Yeah.
Samir, I know you watch a lot of college. Who's Coleman? I don't know who Coleman is.
Texas. He's more of a vertical receiver, more of a vertical threat. Jeremiah Smith is Burger King, but whatever you want, have it your way. Have it your way. You want me to beat you vertically? I'll do that. You want to beat you under the middle? Okay. Want to jump ball situation? I'll do that. Want me to run over you? Okay. Want to route you up? There's no weaknesses in his game. Generational prospect. The number one prospect in next year's draft, regardless of position. Obviously, the quarterbacks will probably go before him, but number one prospect in next year's draft.
Yeah, man. We'll see. And again, Jeremiah Smith with one more year in college football to learn, to get better, bigger, stronger, faster, all that could be deadly going into next year.
Only thing with him is I wonder if because what's his name is his offensive coordinator now. What's the name that was at the Steelers?
Arthur Smith.
Yeah, Arthur Smith. So yeah. I don't know I don't know how that's going to go in college. I've never been a big fan of him anyway. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully his numbers aren't as good, and he'll be there for us in the draft. Who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. What up, Kenneth? What's going on, man? I believe Kenneth, he's a Texans fan, if I remember correctly. He's a Texans.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
Fan. Shout out to you, big dog. You always tap in Jeff's show on Friday because Jeff likes to do a show on Friday. Tap in with that. For any NFL fans, it's for all NFL fans. He tries to cover everything. It's a good Friday show, man. Tap in with that, especially in the offseason because there's not a lot going on. So you could definitely tap into the other teams and what's going on there if you're interested. What else, SoCal?
We gifted them Caden McDonald, man. So he here to show some love.
Right.
Emmanuel, what's going on? Good seeing you in the building. Daniel Kim, what's happening, man? Appreciate you rocking with us.
Family first, DK. I ain't mad.
Got Jax Raider in here as well. 808, what's going on? Appreciate you popping in. We got Jeffrey Champion. Are you guys ready for that supplemental draft? Dylan Sorsby might be in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That fucking guy, man. That guy.
Yeah, he's an idiot, man.
Yeah, man.
What up, Banoon? The cool Raiders. What's going on? Hey, shout out if anybody's in SoCal. Raider Nation Summer Kickoff is next weekend. We're gonna try to be out there. Definitely tap in. Let us know. Hit us up on social media. It's gonna be fun. I'll be there. Bakersfield, Severe. I think you're trying to make it out there as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it.
Definitely a great way to kick off the summer. It's gonna be fun. Shout out to Cheeto Linus. He's gonna have a little bit of a spot. We're gonna invade his spot just a little bit and have some fun, have some drinks. So
salute to Cheeto Linus, man. Make sure if you guys want to support the Tokyo Toe. He got the jersey and the shirt for you, man.
You got a claim.
If you want to support jersey. Tokyo Toe, our undrafted free agent, man.
Yeah, Kensei
Cheeto got you, bro.
Yeah, you gotta support my 11th cousin. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go.
God damn it. Connections are deep somehow.
There you go.
What up, Money Chuck? See you in the building. What's going on, man? Ace Boogie in here as well. What's going on? AG, what's happening? We got Bill. What's happening? Appreciate you rocking with us. Gabriel, what's popping? Appreciate you rolling up. All right, just a couple more before we get out of here or start this show off. See, Gabe, what's going on? I don't think I've seen you in a minute. Appreciate you rolling with us. I got
we're naysayers. That's why he said we're naysayers. And we got the tomato. We got the tomato. 3 of them.
It happens. We're used to it. Omega LX, what's going on? Let's see. And other than the Cheeto Linus in the building, what's going on?
Someone said Cheeto.
We did. What up, Herman? What's going on? D Money as well. What's
D-Money,
up? Rocking. Do us a big favor. Double tap the screen. Hit the like button. You got the Severe Raider on this side. You got Protect Show Podcast on this side. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk, Raider Nation. Gamer John.
Yo, here. That's some spam.
Yeah, I'm about to say. See, that Twitch.
I got a Twitch.
You need a Twitch mod.
Man, I got enough people to be over there consistently.
Hey, yeah,
start streaming it. Hey, Truth Social need to open up. Let me start streaming over there. Let me start streaming the Truth Social.
Oh man.
All right, so we're gonna kick this thing off. I'm gonna share the screen. All we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at all the position groups, and we're gonna sit there and go, look, are we good with it? Do we need to address it? And then if there are position groups that we want to address, and then take a look at what's left in free agency, we're gonna whip around and take a look at that. But in between there, we're gonna do a little bit of start them, bench them, cut them. If you don't know what that is, definitely stick around. A little bit of fun game we like to do in the offseason to kind of break things up. So let me go ahead and share the screen. We're gonna get right into it. All right, let me see. Hopefully, you guys can read it. I'm going to try to zoom in as much as possible. We're going to start with the offensive side. Okay. I think we're pretty set. We got Kirk Cousins. Mind you, this is going to show basically starters through 4th string. So a lot of the undrafted free agents aren't going to be on here. So if you like an undrafted free agent, definitely mention it in the comments. We'll try to add that name into there a little bit, or at least into the equation. But they're basically just going to show starters through 4th string. That's how we're going to rock. So, but guys, say what's up to Myra in the building. What's going on, Myra? Good seeing you.
They still got Brock listed as questionable. Ain't been hurt in months.
All right, so let's do this. Quarterback, obviously, got Kirk Cousins, Fernando Mendoza, Aiden O'Connell, Jacob Clark. We brought a couple people in as undrafted free agents. I think the one Baylor quarterback, he basically got a tryout with the squad, so we'll see how that works out. And so the only question about the quarterback group, it's obviously Kirk Cousins. He's either going to battle to get the start or what have you. Then Mendoza is going to be the guy moving forward. You pick him number 1 overall for a reason. Here's a question, though. Aiden O'Connell. Chat, let us know what your thoughts are on Aiden O'Connell. Is he going to be the quarterback 3? Do you think there's a chance we trade him? Do you think we move on from him? Is there somebody else in this quarterback room, whether it be undrafted free agent, that you want to see possibly take on that 3rd spot? Let me know. Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first, man. Thoughts on Aiden O'Connell? Do you think do we move on from him? Do we keep him around? Because I know a lot of people may not be high on Aiden O'Connell, but as a 3rd stringer, I think I'm cool with it. But we'll see. What's your thoughts, Severe?
If we end up keeping 3, I can see it. But the fact that we brought on 2 undrafted rookies in the camp, maybe that's just to lighten the workload or spread the workload around a little bit among the quarterbacks. But maybe they're taking a serious look at a guy to potentially replace Aiden O'Connell. So I don't know. If I was a betting man, like my guy Brendan Sorsby, I would bet on Aiden O'Connell being there. But I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if they move on and just allow him to try to pursue a 2nd string job or potentially starting job elsewhere.
Yeah, man. A lot of people, they're basically saying trade cut. They're basically saying, hey, Brandon Paul in the building, you're saying AOC is over. Chris, man, what's your thoughts on Aiden O'Connell? Keep him around, trade him, cut him? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he's been around a couple regimes. I think it's time to go ahead and let him go. Maybe someone like the Patriots might have a need for him as a backup, something like that. Because they kind of believed in him, or Josh did. A couple years back. But yeah, I honestly, I would like to see someone else get the opportunity. Someone that Kubiak kind of handpicked himself. Again, this isn't going to be a guy that is going to get much play, but kind of like what's his name did for Mahomes. I think it was Chad Henne. Just someone who's like a 2nd, 3rd string that's just there to help your quarterback, help your backup or whatever, help them get ready, help them get prepared. So don't think Aiden's that guy. So I just want to get whatever pieces possible to help Fernando be the man of the future. So whatever that takes.
Yeah, I'm with you. You said, Jason, you said, I have a feeling AOC is going to make it hard for the Raiders to let him go. Just a gut feeling. I can see him and Kubiak have a good relationship. So, Cal, you're saying trade Aiden O'Connell. Cheeto, you're saying they have no ties to AOC. Wish him well. Brutal.
The door vacuum cleaner.
Kirby vacuums, baby. He'd be good at it.
I think it's very clear that Aiden O'Connell is going to be the third quarterback on this roster if he stays, right? And so you got Kirk Cousins that's ultimately most likely going to start this season with Mendoza coming in whenever he's ready. So I think that's, or he might start. Who knows? However that's going to play out. But either way, Aiden O'Connell is the third string quarterback. If we get down to the third string quarterback, I think we all know that's going to be a tough go. Even though Aiden O'Connell has shown, I mean, he beat he did work, and was able to kind of lead the team a little bit to beat the Kansas City Chiefs and even be competitive at times, even last year. So, at least he has that under his belt. But if he gets your third quarterback, the season's a little bit of a wash. So because he's not the future, because he is not going to be around after this year, I would say either trade him or bring in somebody young that Clint Kubiak likes to start grooming him just in case. You never know. You always want to start. You always want to keep developing quarterbacks. You never know what's going to happen. And if Aiden O'Connell is not going to be the guy, then move on from him. Trade him if you can. Get some draft capital. Shit, get a seventh if you can, if someone's willing to give it. But I would say definitely get somebody else in here that Clint Kubiak likes and is willing to develop within his system. Because again, you always want to be developing quarterbacks. You never know how this room is going to play out. So I'm game with trading him and moving on with him and develop some young talent, which is unfortunate because I've always kind of been on that stance of whether you like Aiden O'Connell or not. I think he's been dealt a shitty hand. Multiple offensive coordinators. You're shipping away receivers left and right, so he really didn't have much weapons to throw to consistently. Really bad O-lines, in the past. And so ultimately, I think a fresh start would be good for the kid. Move on, do your thing, all is well, as long as you're not playing us.
Exactly.
So next up, running back room. We got Ashton Jeanty. We're bringing Mike Washington Jr. I think for the most part, I think a lot of people just like the fact that we brought in a second running back, which is good. You got Dylan Labe up there, Chris Collier, but one guy that's not on the list, which I think a lot of people are really interested to see what he's going to be able to do, is Roman Hemby out of Indiana, possibly a short yardage back. And so, chat, let us know what you think about the running back room. Do you think there's somebody else we want to bring in, or is there somebody that you really are excited about on this list? So, Chris, I'm going to throw it to you first. Just overall, obviously, Ashton Jeanty is going to get the starting nod, but what's your thoughts of this running back room? Are you good where it's at? Or do you think we need to go after free agency and maybe address another position?
No, I'm actually good because I do want to see, kind of what Hemby can do. Of course, I think Mike Washington is definitely intriguing. Would like to definitely see him make sure he can, take care of his fumbling issues and be able to do some pass blocking and stuff like that. To be honest, I think Dylan Labe is going to be the man out, to be quite honest. I'm not sure, what he can bring to the table. New regime, don't really have any ties to him. When he did get in, had fumbling issues right away. I know he brought a little bit of something to the game, as a returnman, but I can't see him doing that, for us this year. So I think he'll be the odd man out, to be honest.
No, I'm with you. But shout out, man. You got Turf in the building, but he's also throwing out some extra memberships up there.
Turf.
Right, Turf. Appreciate
Salute to my brother, man.
Turf, we all got to get together. I know you at least come out for one game, Turf. You got, when that schedule release gets out there, you got to let us know ASAP what game you're coming out here for.
Bro.
Because maybe all of us need to link up, and we're going to make sure Turf has a good time. That's what we got to do.
Turf's going to have a good time regardless. Now,
Exactly.
don't let his lives fool you. His lives, he's Dr. Doom right now, but in real life, Turf is the happiest dude and the funniest dude. One of the funniest people I'd have ever met, and he don't even try.
100%.
Even try.
He don't even try.
100%. Shout to Turf, man. Guys, make sure you guys, either way, head over to Turf's channel right after this. After we're done, hit that sub button, hit that like button on his channel. Definitely go and support because, hey, doesn't matter what your feelings are. He brings a lot of knowledge to the table with his history of playing ball and all that. So definitely shout out to Turf, man. But definitely let us know when you come out. All right, so I'll throw it to you in just a second. But we got Show Deuce. You said low key we could still get Najee for $2 million up to $5 million, something like that. I just don't know what role he play in this backfield, but we'll take a look at free agents afterwards. C. Gabe Hemby is supposed to be better than advertised. D Money, you got Dylan Labe or Hemby. We'll see which one actually takes it. AG, running back room's good. Dre, lobby needs that Tiki Barber fumble recovery school. It does.
No lie.
What up, Eric G? What's going on, man? How many running backs do you guys think will carry? I think minimum 3, possibly 4, just because
We got a fullback.
Clint Kubiak likes to run the ball. So
Yeah.
I think minimum 3, possibly 4. Chris, how many running backs you think?
Yeah, probably 3, at least 3 running backs and a fullback, with Connor. So
You have the fullback. Good point.
yeah. So at least 3, but yeah, that's probably where I'm at. Because I think we'll probably keep an extra tight end, So
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's going to be running that 2 tight end set, sometimes 3. Severe, how many running backs do you think we're going to keep on there?
3 and 4 in the backfield if you include the fullback. Probably a back or 2 on the practice squad.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I think our running back room is legit. Well, we got Coach in the building. What's going on, man? Mendoza, I heard, is going crazy with prep. You better be. That's all I'm saying.
Yo. So, but time out for anybody, because I work for a pharmaceutical company. I'm a recruiter for a pharmaceutical company. If anybody out there, just do me a favor, Google prep and what it is and who are the primary people that use it, and you'll get a good laugh, a really good laugh.
Oh man, Coach, appreciate you. We're gonna get down to your boy in the linebacker room. He may or may not be on this list. We'll see. We're just because it's just starters through 4 stringers. But all right, Daniel in the bill. What's going on, man? Appreciate you, Roger. So Severe running back room. What's your thoughts? We good?
Yeah. I mean, I think Lobby, Collier, they're gone. Hemby probably in there. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even keep Hemby if he goes to the practice squad and they elect to bring in a veteran guy, if nothing else, just so they won't have such a young running back room, because at that point you got, a second year player and 2 first-year guys. So if they bring in a guy like the guy that'll probably be cheap, like what's the old boy that used to play for Penn State? But he bounced around. Miles Sanders, that he'll probably be available for a vet minimum. Amir Abdullah out there, he's probably available for a vet minimum too. Just a guy like that. That's just a mentor. It's got to be in the locker room with them, because right now, like it's a super young backfield.
It's somewhat what Show Deuces was just saying about Najee. Obviously, he had the injury, but again, Najee's just a different style of running back than most of these guys are. So could be an option, a cheap option.
Delafonte, I see you looked it up.
I'll be honest, man. I'm straight with this running back room, to be honest with you. I mean, Severe, you make a good point. Maybe you want to bring in a veteran. But I think with Ashton, obviously, he's going to get a bulk of the percentage of carries. But Mike Washington is going to be a change of pace guy. Dunlop, Chris, I agree. I think he's the one guy that's on the chopping block. As much as he can help out in special teams, at the same time, you also need someone that's going to bring some
to the table on offense.
Quality role to the running back room. I just don't see him bring it.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be plenty of guys that can be special teams guys, 3rd stringers, 4th stringers, or what have you. I just don't see a place, unfortunately. I am a Chris Collier guy. Again, hope to see him get some reps in free agent or in preseason. But do I see him making the squad? I think that's few and far between. I actually think maybe Hemby might make the squad over him, possibly just because he kind of can be that true short yardage guy. So at that point, you got running backs that kind of bring something different to the table, and you can use them in different ways. And we know Kubiak likes to rotate his running backs. So I'm cool off this running back room. Unless someone gets hurt or injured, I think, there's a good chance this is what we stick with. But if we do bring in a veteran, wouldn't be the worst idea in the world either. So, what up, Cole Kev? What's going on, brother? Good seeing you in the building. All right, let's go to receivers. Okay, receiver room. Now, obviously, we're bringing Jalen Naylor, right? We do not address it outside of a 6th-rounder in Malik Benson. So I know I put on my thumbnail, you got Jalen Naylor, you got Jack Besh. There's going to be some pressure on these guys. Jalen Naylor was a third receiver in that Minnesota receiver room. You got Jack Besh, that was a second rounder. So you got it. This is year 2. This is year 2 for him. And so you expect some good things given the fact that they at least invested a second round draft pick into this kid. And so the question is, how good is this receiver room? And do we need to bring in somebody else? Because I don't really see a number 1 on this list. So chat, let us know. Are you cool with the receiver room? Do you want to see us address something maybe in free agency? We'll take a look at it after we go through this roster. So Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first, man. What's your thoughts on the receiver room? Do you like where we're at? Or do you think we need to bring somebody in?
This receiver room is sadder than the Notebook. This receiver room, right? Look at this. Look at this calamity of what we're looking at, bro. Ain't nobody else to bring in. Bro. We thought it was a good idea to wait until the 6th round and draft Malik Benson. Like, I honestly, I think I keep calling the dude Cole Roberts. I think Chase Roberts makes this team. I think he's an underrated acquisition. There's a chance EJ Williams might make this team. Like Philip Dorsett, bro. What are we doing? I think he's gone. Maybe Shedrick makes it, but we don't have a frontline wide receiver right now. We're hoping we get a big jump from Jalen Naylor now that he's in a primary role, but he's a guy that's never done it in his career. And like to expect him to do it now, all of a sudden, while we have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL, like that's a tough ask. So we need to do more. But honestly, the cupboards are bare. I will say this though, somebody just beat a case the other day. Maybe he's looking for. If he's looking for a new.
He ain't strangled that girl.
We can't bring him to Vegas, bro. We cannot bring him to Vegas. We can't bring him to Vegas.
So shout out. So Jason, you saying receiver room is weak for sure. Cole Kever saying we need a stud like AJ Brown type of receiver. Let's see. I want to see what we have.
It's a big question.
It's a big question. Yeah.
Let's see. Dolphin said, I think Jackson is a sneaky good player. I think you're saying Cedric Jackson. Yeah, a lot of us are high on him. We'll see just kind of how he works out. So Chris, man, I'm gonna throw it to you real quick. Thoughts, receiver room. Do we need to address it? Is it something we definitely need to look at in the next segment of the free agents that are available out there?
This wide receiver class is, I won't even say hot dog water. It's chitlin water. It's like when you make chitlins and you boil chitlins, and after you eat the whole wonderful pot of chitlins, just that goodness at the end. I mean, it just smells. That's what it is. This is a bucket of chitlin juice. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. I mean, honestly, like Naylor, again, I do think Naylor is probably better than the advertised because he just hasn't had a chance to get more targets. But I'm sorry, like I don't see it in Jack Besh. I mean, I know a lot of people are still kind of keeping high hope. I just think he was a feel-good story. I don't think he's going to be a guy that moves the needle. I don't think he's going to be a starting quality wide receiver. Thornton, I want Thornton to do well. I really do. I just don't know if he has it either. I was actually excited when we drafted him. But, you know, I do think that Trey Tucker actually will have a pretty decent season. I think that Kubiak will be able to kind of use him, get him in space, and use him to his best abilities. But I don't feel good about this wide receiver room at all. Like my thing is I hope that, you know, some of the other teams have some roster cuts, some camp casualties and stuff like that. But I mean that is a sad wide receiver group. It is, man. Worse than hot dog water.
Shout out to Omega Alex, Jack Best, tight end 2 next year. Move him back. That's
not too bad of an idea, to be honest with you.
I'm with you. Have him gain like 15, 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Just be an athletic tight end. Honestly, and this was one of my biggest issues with the draft, was if our receiver room does not work out, it opens up the door for a lot of criticism of Spy Tech not addressing the receiver room like a lot of people wanted to, right? And so this is going to be a massive year, not just for Jalen Naylor, because now he's been in the league for a minute. So, and you brought him in, you can't point to this list and say, oh, we got a number one. Yes, we have Brock Bowers. He's the number one target, I guess you could say, right? But there's not a cornerback safety room in the world that's going to be afraid of this receiver room walking up to the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? So how's Clint Kubiak going to work Jalen Naylor? Is he going to play more that JSN role? Because I could see him using him like that. Again, not saying that he's going to execute like JSN. Not at all. But you can see him use him in that role. But then is Jack Best a true number one? Is he a true number two? Based on what we saw in the game film last year, he struggles to get separation, right? And he's only been 1 year as a receiver at TCU. But prior to that, he was a former tight end. So he's still a developmental piece. And now you want to give rookies some time, but Jack Best, you got half a year. This is your second year. I'm giving you 6 to 8 games. If you don't produce like a second-round draft pick, now the criticism is going to start to flow without question. And then you kind of point to Spy Tech and go, why didn't we?
That's your guy.
He drafted him second round, and so it's just going to open up those question marks as to why we didn't address it earlier and allow Brock Bowers to find the mismatch. Because right now, with this receiver room, we're going to go
cornerback one. Yeah, cornerback one is going against Brock. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Defensive coordinators can scheme all day and have that luxury of going, in this situation on 3rd and 6, guess what? I'm taking Patrick Surtain and I'm locking up Brock Bowers. Yeah. So you can now take those number one quarters and situationally be able to lock up whoever you want, whereas this receiver room does not have a number one. And so I'd like to look at free agency, see just what's out there to kind of help out this receiver room. But as it stands right now, we ended the year with one of the weakest receiver rooms. I think we're still there.
Yeah,
I didn't see improvement through free agency or the draft. So, unfortunately, in my opinion, I think Spy Tech kind of set himself up a little bit. If this receiver room does not kind of spark a little bit this year, a lot of question marks are going to start to fly. So, okay, cool. That's the receiver room. Last but not least, yes. I think and I've been saying the last couple of years, if Trey Tucker can if we can scheme him and position him as a true slot receiver, I think we can get more out of him. The last couple of years, man, there's times where he had been thrown into the number one receiver role because Devonta Adams is now sitting out, or we trade him away, and then Jacoby Myers is hurt a little bit. I just think he's been playing out of position. So if we can get him in the right position, true slot receiver, then I think he has a better chance at finding success. So we'll see how it works out.
Only problem with that is that if you put him in the slot, like Jack Best can't play outside,
right?
So you almost have to. So that's what makes it tough. Is like he can't play outside. He can, and Trey Tucker's best position is probably playing in the slot. So it's like it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah,
that's why honestly, it's like I almost wonder if they're gonna try Thornton again. I mean, at least Thornton is an outside guy. I mean, he gotta get better, of course, but maybe at least just for that threat. I don't know, but that's a good point because Besh definitely can't play outside.
Yeah.
No, so again, this is kind of the prove it year for Jack Best. Again, I like to give rookies at least a year and a half to really understand, do you start to see progress? And so by mid this year for Jack Best, if I don't see clear progress, man, it's going to be criticism will start to fly. So we'll see how it works out. Look, our tight end room, I think outside of Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, we know that's the number one, number two. Outside, behind them, you got Ian Thomas, Carter Runyon. We really didn't address it too much.
Where Albert O at, man?
Albert O.
Hey, man, give him some respect, man. Where Albert O? Albert O gonna make this team. I'm telling you right now. He gonna be in there.
We're gonna see. We'll keep an eye on it. That's what we're gonna do.
I put Everett over wide receiver before I put Jay.
Right, me too. Me too. Guarantees faster.
Let's get to run that
like Albert O, man.
So, Chris, man, I'll throw it to you first this time. Cool with the. Do you think we need to address at least the depth in this tight end room? Brock Bowers starter, obviously number one target. Michael Mayer, not the greatest blocker. He needs to improve on that. We showcased it last year, but obviously he can help in the receiver game. There's a good chance he does stick around, but what does the depth look like for you, and how do you like this receiver, this tight end room? Chat, let us know as well. Hit that hashtag Raiders.
Yeah, man. You guys know how I feel about Brock. I absolutely love Brock. Guys know how I feel about Michael Mayer. He just one of them. That's Severe's man. But I was actually surprised they brought Ian Thomas back just because how bad he played last year. Yeah. I mean, he just played terrible. Carter Runyon actually showed some juice. He had. He especially towards the end. So I wouldn't mind seeing what we got in him. Like I said, Albert O. And don't worry about how to say his last name, Dre. Just know Albert O. That's all I know. But no, I'm okay with the tight end room. Again, I give I always talk bad about Michael Mayer. But I think as a tight end too, he could be okay. And honestly, with a real offensive coach, I think he has opportunity to show a little bit what he can do.
Yeah, and Jeff said Hayward can play tight end. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to utilize him in multiple ways, right? A lot of people say he's coming as a fullback, but
he's
he also
like an H-back,
the tight end with the Steelers. And so with Clint Kubiak and the way he likes to run his offense, he might run 3 tight end sets at times, and then here comes Hayward in there. So, but Kubiak, and we showcased it when we broke down Kubiak's offense, he will run a true fullback. Maybe that will be Hayward. It looks like that's going to be the case. So, chat, do me a huge favor. Hit that hashtag Raiders if you do have a comment to what we're talking about. Helps me helps me kind of pay attention to everybody in the chat. So, Severe tight end room. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Ian Thomas can go. I'm pretty cool with everybody else. Because I do think we will probably run, especially looking at our receiver room, we'll probably run a lot of 13 personnel.
Right.
And the fact that we want to run the ball a lot too. I think that's what teams are doing. We as evidenced by we saw the number of tight ends that were drafted this past draft, how where they were taken. Teams just drafting blocking tight ends in the second and third round, crazy stuff like that. I think a lot of teams are going to start going toward 13 personnel. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do the same. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up keeping four tight ends on the roster, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you look at the interesting move that Chicago did last year.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they had Loveland, right? And then they also had, who's the other kid over there that's all
Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
And so when it came to Chicago, they beefed up that tight end room and yeah, they're running the rock, but at the same time, they're also letting Caleb Williams kind of do work with 2 tight end sets. So I think we definitely need to at least take a look at the tight end room, see what's left out there. I'm with you. Ian Thomas, not the greatest pass catcher.
He was bad.
Awful blocking last year. Awful. Michael Mayer, I hope he just kind of steps up his game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need Michael Mayer to be, the guy that we traded up for in the second round a few years ago.
Right.
So we need that guy to step up, especially in the run blocking. Obviously, Brock Bowers is going to be our main pass catcher, but Michael Mayer, man, you came in as a run blocking tight end, right? That was kind of your bread.
Yeah, that was your thing, right?
Yeah,
right. Red zone and
repeat this because I forgot this. Chicago picked up Sam Roche too.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, we did talk. We talked about that too.
Yeah, they picked up Sam Roche, so they're for sure going to some 13 for sure. If they got unless they trade one of those dudes, but so that's gonna be a smooth little tight end room.
It is. So I just think with Michael Mayer, he's got to step up. He's got to be the tight end we want him to be. Again, he showcased one of the games at tail end last season, the Michael Mayer in the pass catching game that a lot of us do think that he could be good at. He still could be a very good pass catcher. I'm not doubting that, but we wanted him to be more of that run blocking tight end, and it was a struggle for him last year. So We got to get that out of them. But then outside that, I wanted us. Again, if you get bona fide starters, if you get in the first 3 rounds some true starters, that's when you probably could have gotten a true blocking tight end in round 6, 7. And that's what I wanted to do in this draft is go get a true blocking tight end in the later rounds, a day 3 pick to kind of help out this run game because we all know that Clint Kubiak is going to want to run the ball. But right now, we're looking at this tight end room, and we don't have a whole lot of run blocking tight ends unless Michael Mayer really steps it up. So maybe in the second segment, we'll take a look at what tight ends are still out there, and maybe we want to address that. So let's see. Next up, let's just look at the offensive line as a whole. All right, so chat, let us know. Do me a favor, hit that hashtag Raiders. Are we cool with the offensive line the way that it looks right now? Okay, let's go kind of down memory lane just a little bit. Last year's massive free agent pickup was Alice Kappa to address the offensive line. Obviously, that didn't work out. Then we waited till the end of the 3rd round to address the offensive line. Free agency, we get Tyler Linderbaum. That's great, right? You're going to address the center position. We're cool with that. And then you get Trey Zune, right? The player itself, I think, is a good player. Question is, where does he play? So how did we really address this offensive line, and do we think we truly got better through now 2 free agencies and 2 drafts with John with John Spytek? So chat, let us know what your thoughts are of this offensive line. I'll throw it to you first, man. Just as a whole, what's your confidence level in this offensive line? Do you think we need to maybe go to free agency, address it a little bit? Or are you cool with what we got? Actually, let me rephrase that. Are you cool with it? Do you think this is where we are and we're not going to address it anymore in free agency? And are you good with this offensive line room as it stands right now?
I'm good. Well, not as listed on the screen, but I'm good with what we have in the room right now. I think we got some young guys we could potentially take looks at other spots. Obviously, Charles Trent Williams Grant, got to give him a crack at right tackle. Trey Zune could battle for either one of the guard spots. Hopefully they put Jordan Meredith back where he belongs as a guard, and he can battle for a guard spot. JPJ out there battling for a guard spot. DJ Glaze, he might end up in a battle. It could be a battle between him and Charles Grant, or Charles Grant and Trey Zune, right? I'm hearing they're going to play Trey Zune all over the place. I don't know how Dalton Wagner still has a job, but that's neither here nor there. And Caleb Rogers is another guy.
moved up. He moved up in the
he moved up in the day.
Yeah, he didn't got promoted.
Oh man, obviously Caleb last year he got some run. He had some solid snaps as well. So we got some pieces there on the offensive line that kind of want to see develop. So, give these guys a chance. You addressed kind of a rotational piece on the interior in Trey Zune. And I think you got some other young pieces already that you drafted the previous draft that, you want to give them another year to develop. I don't know who this guy Kamar Missouri is, but Missouri is like I never met nobody with the last name Missouri.
So a couple people are kind of chiming in just real quick. You got Jasonia saying guard right tackle still has questions. Isaiah, any chance Zune can play a right tackle? He played a lot of tackle in college, so I think he can play the position. He's kind of a jack of all trades. I'll talk about Zune a little bit on my time around. Charles Grant needs to have a chance to play for that right tackle position. Cole Kev, we need right tackles and Colton replacement. Omega, free of Putnam. We need
Thanks.
Putnam.
Thanks.
Jesus Christ. So Chris, man, thoughts on this O-line? How you feeling?
I mean, I still would like to see another couple people added that I trust, because Mafi and Putnam, like that hurts my soul. That hurts my soul just seeing them 2 on there. Meredith, just like you, 805, Meredith in the right position, I think he's good. Like, he can really compete for a position. Some people like Charles Grant. We'll see what we got there. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But just Colton's getting up there in age. I know he's had some injury issues over the last couple seasons. So I mean, I guess the quick answer, I think the line it will be improved from last year, of course, but I still want to see a couple more pieces just to have some more depth.
Yeah, Rick Dennison is the most valuable piece.
Facts.
Yep.
Facts.
Quirk, man, I don't have faith in this line. See, Gabe,
He's
can return to form.
And honestly, I think that is the biggest piece right there. It's like, what Glaze are we gonna get? Pause. But like, if we can get the one that we saw, that shows some flash. You know what? I'm not fooling with y'all. Y'all know what I mean.
Did it show some flashes? Was it glistening in the light?
My bad. That was wild.
That was your fault.
I know. As soon as I said it, I'm like, let me clean that up.
Oh man,
Chris had a great one earlier in our chat. So,
oh man,
amazing.
But anyway, but like I was saying, like if Glaze can be what we thought he could be, then because he really did show flashes. So
yeah, as a rookie, he
did
played some impressive ball.
But last year, I mean, it was just bad, just all around, just footwork, strength. I mean, he was getting pushed back. It was just ugly.
It was ugly, and to be fair, I mean, it was the entire offensive line. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just Glaze
right
by himself, and so I think that's where the question remains: just what is this offensive line going to look like as a whole? One thing I will say is, man, we talk about Trey Zune. I like Trey Zune, right? The player himself, but you picked him in the third round. If you picked him in the third round, I want to see him starting at some point, somewhere on this offensive line.
I'm with you.
And I know a lot of people have kind of talked about, his versatility, right? He can play all 5 positions on the offensive line. The one thing that I want people to realize is you cannot have a player literally have to know all 5 positions on the offensive line and then go and execute at one single position at a high level. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
You can't ask a player to go do that at the NFL level and say, I need you to learn the center position as well as the guard position, both right and left. As well as both tackle positions, right and left. You're going to confuse the crap out of somebody. And the moment you confuse a player, they can't be the athlete that they're supposed to be. They can't reach the potential that they potentially can if you're asking them to literally focus on 5 different positions. I mean, trying to go play left guard and then go play right tackle is like, hey, go be the number 1 receiver, but at the same time, I want you to learn the tight end position. Like it's night and day. It's 2 different positions. It's different techniques. It's different hand placements. It's different footwork. It's a completely different role based on what the play call is. And so to think that Trey Zune is just going to come in and be like, hey, you're going to rotate at all 5 different positions.
Yes, wow.
It doesn't make any sense.
Dre's on to something. Sweet feet might be ready.
Man.
Sweet feet might be ready.
So, for myself, I want Trey Zune because he looked really good in college. I want him to focus on the guard position. If you're a guard, focus on the guard position.
Leave him there. Yeah, I'm with you.
Leave him there and master that and execute that at a high level. And if you think that Trey Zune is now going to just rotate with everybody, then guess what? You didn't do a good job as a GM addressing the offensive line.
The other positions, right.
That's the way I look at it. That's the way I take it. So I'd love to see Trey Zune work at the guard position, battle at the guard position, know that, understand it, master it, be good, be a starter if you're good enough. But at the very minimum, you're a solid backup if somebody goes down, and now you know that guard position and you're ready to execute at a high level. But ultimately with this offensive line, I'm not going to go out and get anybody because at this point right now, Spytech, you spent a 3rd rounder on Charles Grant as well as Caleb Rogers. These guys better have a chance at playing at some point this season, right? Then you go out and you get Trey Zune, you get Tyler Linderbaum. There's a lot of players now in this offensive line room. Spencer Burford, you brought in free agency. There's a lot of offensive linemen in this room now that have your name all over it. They better work out in some way, shape, or form.
That's a good point.
So I don't want to go and get anybody. I want to see how well John Spytek has been able to address his offensive line, because you know how I was last year. I wanted
Kelvin Banks.
I wanted Kelvin Banks.
Yeah.
In the offensive tackle room, right? And so I want to be able to address this offensive line much earlier than we have in the past. We haven't done it whatsoever. You got a lot of names with Spytek's name all over it. So guess what? Let's see how well you could draft, and we got to start to see signs of it. Because Charles Grant, we all know that Charles Grant, drafting him, he was a project.
Yeah.
But at what point does that project kind of come to fruition? And I think
Right.
at least by maybe halfway through this year, Charles Grant's going to work. Hey, let's get him some reps. Caleb Rogers, you drafted Ashton Genty. We all knew we needed help on this offensive line, so you went out and you got Caleb Rogers. We got to see that. We got to see some work out of those third rounders. So at some point, let's see these guys play. But now you got Trey Zune in the mix as well. The one big question mark that I have is this guy right here, Jackson Powers Johnson.
Man,
how much does John Spytek actually like this kid, and what's the overall plan?
They're gonna piss me off.
Look, bro.
Piss me off, man.
I said it last night. I'd be hot, but I would not be on from Jackson Powers Johnson, because when Spytek was in Tampa Bay, you know, obviously Light was a GM, he was assistant GM, but when they were in Tampa Bay, they had a need at center, and they passed on Jackson Powers Johnson, and that's part of the reason why he fell to the second round, and we were able to get him. So I don't know. I don't know how much he, you know, and we assumed it was all Pete Carroll, and there's some of it was Pete Carroll. You could hear it, you know, when he was talking about the kid, but maybe Spytek ain't too keen on him either. So the fact that you go out there and you get Glaze and you pay Linderbaum all this crazy money you paying him, and then you get a guy that can rotate at all interior spots, and you move Jordan Meredith back to guard, and you know, you keep Will Putnam on the roster for what reason, when you know technically JPJ can play backup center as well. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's still a big question mark. That's what we got in this offensive line room right now. Because again, Chris, like you're saying, like DJ Glaze, which one do we need to get out of him? And so, is he going to be a solid right tackle? If not, who's his backup? Shout to some people in the chat. They're saying, hey, maybe Charles Grant needs to start working at right tackle. See how that works. But ultimately, I think Charles Grant, they drafted him to be the next man up behind Colton Miller. So we'll see how it works. Cheeto, you're saying he needs to be able to stay healthy and play a whole year, but but still give him a chance. Are you talking about JPJ? I think.
Yeah.
Camp Bodies and JPJ, we trust.
The talent is there, man. The talent is definitely there.
Oh, for sure.
So, all right, let's jump to the defensive side. Let's talk about the edge rushers first, right? Obviously, when you talk about the defensive end play, let me kind of scroll down a little bit. It's kind of all over the place. And so you got, technically, they got him as kind of the will backers, but you got Max Crosby, Kwity Paye, Kieran Crawford, our third rounder. On the opposite side, Malcolm Koons, Jafari Harvey, CN Sloan. Brendan Jackson was a guy that we picked up last year as after the draft. I think we picked him up just as a free agent, kind of late in free agency. Kid that showed some promise, so we'll see just kind of how he can rotate in. But chat, let me know what your thoughts are on this edge rushing room. Again, Max Crosby, Kwity Paye, Kieran Crawford. You also got Malcolm Koons, Jafari Harvey. Shout out to Chris. I think, Chris, didn't you get an interview?
Nah,
not with Harvey.
Other guy.
No, that was Ja Joyner last year.
Ja Joyner. Yeah.
Man, shout out to Ja Joyner. We thought he had a shot.
Yeah, I liked him, man.
But Jafari Harvey, CN Sloan. Again, chat, let me know what your thoughts are with this room. Obviously, Charles Snowden out the building. Traded away Tyree Wilson. So this is what it looks like. So, Chris, I'm going to throw it to you first. Let me know what your thoughts are on this edge rushing room, but also let us know what your thoughts are on the release of Charles Snowden, because wasn't able to kind of throw it out there last weekend. So let us know.
Yeah, that was surprising, man. I like Snowden. You know, he's one of those guys that just kind of did it the right way. He worked hard, worked his way up. Um, I mean, he actually did what we needed. You know, he showed had a high motor. You know, was working on his move. So I was real surprised about that. Um, and honestly, I think that room takes a hit. You know, with him going. Malcolm Kuntz, I love Malcolm Kuntz out. That's one of my guys. But still kind of wonder how that injury is going to affect him. I feel like towards the end, if I remember right, I feel like towards the end of the year, he started kind of coming around. He started seeing he had to bend and in the dip and all that stuff. So hopefully he comes back, back to that form of what at the end of 24, where he was playing pretty well before he got hurt. Um, yeah, looking at that, of course, got Max up there, Quiddy Pay. I do like Quiddy. But yeah, I definitely would like to see, another, someone else that can kind of move the needle. Um, I'm not even familiar with Harvey, to be quite honest. I don't even think I know much about him. Where'd he come from?
I don't know. That's a good question. I remember watching him a little bit when we picked him up as an undrafted.
I don't even remember him, to be honest. So.
But
not from Florida. He's not a Florida guy.
God,
I want to say it was Florida. I don't remember though.
The
name sounds familiar. But
I forgot. Snowden did have that DUI, didn't he? But still, I mean, come on.
One point I was going to bring up because he hasn't. There hasn't been any consequences of that just yet.
Yeah, because we thought we thought it was going because he got in trouble before the season last year, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. People were worried about.
Well, he didn't make it through the whole season.
He made it.
I forgot all about it.
You can't let the brother play now and then come back like
right.
Like, you feel me?
So that's why.
I did forget about
that. That's right. Yeah, Jafari Hardy is SMU. That's right.
SMU. There you go. There you go. I think he played at a school in Florida though. Did he play at Miami? He played for the Hurricane?
I think he might
remember.
There was a pass rusher. Somebody else drafted a guy named Harvey that played at Florida. Was it Denver a few years ago? I think it's somebody drafted a pass rusher named Harvey that went to Florida. I can't remember who it is.
Well, Greg Hardy?
No, it was Harvey. Maybe it was Denver.
Harvey. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Denver. That's maybe who I'm thinking about at Florida.
All right, Severe Man, thoughts on this edge rushing room? How you like it so far?
I mean, it kind of remains to be seen. Quiddy Pay doesn't really offer you much as a pass rusher, to be honest with you. I mean, I think he's probably closer. There you go. Maybe it's Lee. Yeah, maybe that's it. It was Lee Harvey Oswald. But Quiddy Pay doesn't offer you much as a pass rusher. We're kind of hoping we can get a little bit more out of him this upcoming year than he's been able to offer in the past. I think advanced analytics aren't always accurate, but I think he had like one of the worst win rates of all edge rushers or all pass rushers in the league last year. Brennan Jackson, we saw some things from him when we picked him up. I believe it was from the Rams that I was kind of intrigued by. He has some traits that, especially, and I think he kind of fits this scheme a little bit better as a stand-up pass rusher in a 3-4 scheme. So he's a guy, I kind of want to see what he's able to offer. Then, other than that, Jafari Harvey, I don't remember his game that much, to be honest with you. Cian Sloan, he's a guy that, he plays with his hair on fire, but he's crazily undersized for a pass rusher at the NFL level. So that's going to be an uphill battle for him to make the roster just based on that alone. And obviously we drafted Kieran Crawford in the 3rd round, quite possibly my least favorite draft pick of all the draft picks we had. So, the guy's already tapping out of rookie minicamp after one day, because he went so hard the first day that he had to take a break day 2 of rookie minicamp. Your first NFL rookie minicamp, you're already saying you need to step back. Like that troubles me. But
freeze out. Wait till it's 105. Then we'll see how it works.
Yeah, man. So, man, that's soft, bro. Like, if he wasn't a 3rd round pick, he would have got cut immediately, bro. He would have got cut immediately. Take your ass home. I don't want you on my field, bro. I don't want to see your face tomorrow, bro. Coach, can I have the day off? Yeah. Take a few days off, actually.
No, when it comes to the edge rushing room for me, I look at Kieran Crawford as something very similar to Malcolm Kuntz. They seem like two very similar players.
Yeah.
Kieran Crawford kind of hits his ceiling a little bit. Like when we got the good, Malcolm Kuntz prior to him getting injured, I think Kieran Crawford is a very similar style player. And so I'm with you. I think all three of us, we were just sitting there going, in the third, Kieran Crawford with all the other needs on the table. And you went and got Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye's on a 3-year contract. He's playing. He's starting. So at the very best, you got yourself a rotational piece. Now, mind you want to have fresh legs kind of late in the game. You want to be able to get after that quarterback late in the game. So I get it, right? But you don't get somebody in the third round, in my opinion, there. Like there was definitely plenty of talent on day 3 to kind of get a rotational piece to get fresh legs on the field. So the only question mark I have is, are they prepping for something? Do they feel like Max Crosby might still be on the move? You were willing to trade him. Is Max Crosby be on the move at the trade deadline? So, and if he does, if he's on the trade deadline, or on the trading block around that trade deadline, then this player makes more sense. Still not the guy I would have picked. Still maybe not have got him where he was, but that pick would make just a little more sense if you think he is the Max Crosby replacement. So, that's why for myself, it just remains to be seen just how he plays on this defense, and then what is the overall intention. Because if he truly is just a backup rotational piece and you got that in the third round,
that's a problem.
So,
and I think Quay plays more outside. I think he plays some outside in this scheme as well. So,
yeah, and it goes back to kind of what we were saying before the show. Is I know a lot of people say, well, you can't address every single positional need or starting position in one off season. You can, if you do it correctly. If you don't double up as an edge rusher, as a rotational piece, if you don't double up at the safety position, you can get starters and you can address a lot of starting positions through one free agency and one draft. You can do it. But what we did was we doubled up on a lot of positions. We got an extra edge rusher that's rotational. We got a Trey Zoom, which might end up being a backup. Who knows where he's going to play. You go get Dalton Johnson, another backup safety. Like when there was starting position or starting caliber players still on the board, even kind of in those 4th and 5th rounds. So,
but what do you guys think Max is really going to play in this? Like I almost think he's going to have his hand in the dirt as an end. You think he's going to be like a true edge?
Kwity Paye will have his hand in the dirt, because I think Kwity Paye
me too.
provides more run stopping type of edge rusher, where Max is going to be kind of he's going to be. I don't think he's going to have his hand in the dirt. I think he's going to be more of just a pure outside pass rushing.
I think that's going to hurt him. Honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know, because I could see, because Max tends to get himself out of position, like. If you're doing that at edge, that could be big problems if he's not being disciplined.
Yeah, I agree. Omega Max is playing in Soldier Field. You got him trading to Chicago already. We'll see how it works out. All right, let's look at just the interior D line as a whole, right? We thought we were going to go and get ourselves a true nose guard. We thought that might be the idea, given the fact that we're moving to a 3-4. Looks like we decided till late in the 7th round to go get Brandon Cleveland, but we have moved Laki Tassi over to the defensive side, so we'll see just kind of how that plays out. But overall, and Severe, I'll throw it to you. In chat, let me know. Do you guys like the D-line room? Do you think we need to go get more help? Do you think we need to address it in free agent or in what's left in free agency? Hit that hashtag Raiders. Let me know. It'll catch my eye. Severe, man, what's your thoughts on the D-line room as it stands right now?
Yeah, the interior defensive line, or the D-line room. We have some guys there, and I think Laulu. I think he's a guy that I'd like to see more of him play. Tonka, he showed some good things last year. JJ in limited snaps, he showed some good things as well. Just looking at the Brandon Cleveland pick, I don't know, we playing 5 technique, but I kind of like what
That's
I
what
saw.
I'm saying. I don't even know why they have him right there.
Yeah, I know. And Thomas Booker ain't playing 5 technique either, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think both of those dudes are low key, even in 3-4, those guys are nose tackles in my opinion. But and so, but we got some intriguing guys, some young, a nice mix of young guys and some veterans. I think Adam Butler can hold it down on the interior. I do think we'll see Kwity Paye with his hand in the dirt a little bit more than people may think. So Gary Smith was an intriguing guy, obviously out of UCLA. I think there's some talent there. So there are some pieces there. It's just about really Laulu and Hemingway taking that next step and then seeing what we got truly have in a guy like Pegues. But we definitely can use some more, like a true nose tackle to be a more of a rotational piece, in my opinion. But that depends on how much we'll actually be in our base defense, which I don't think will be a lot. I think we'll be in sub packages a whole lot more. Probably a lot of 3 safety looks, looking at how we drafted this draft class. With Stooks probably playing a lot of nickel, Jeremy Chin out there as well. So we'll see. But we've got a nice mix of young guys and veteran guys and guys with upside. So I'm not too mad at this room right now.
Yeah. I'm with you, Chris. I'm gonna throw it to you in just a second. Omega, you're saying Chance Booker gets cut. Obviously, based on his play last year, his ass might get cut. I'm just saying. But
Derek Harvey, that's the guy. Derek Harvey.
Yeah,
that's the guy who played that. He's the guy from Florida. It's probably a long time ago
now. Chris, man, thoughts on this interior D-line room? Do we got to add to it? Do you think we didn't address it properly? What's your thoughts overall?
I mean, honestly, I think it's up to what's our defensive coordinator, who is
Robbie Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard, man. Like, he's gonna have to get the most out of Tonka and Pegues. Like, it's on him. It's on him. I like what I saw in Tonka. So I see some in there. Laulu, he showed some flashes. I'm curious to see what Adam Butler can do at nose, because he did pretty well when he was with New England. I think he had like 8 sacks or something that year. Like, I think he may have led the team in sacks when he was at nose. So interesting to see him there, because I'm a fan of him. Thomas Booker, I definitely, I'm just not a fan of him, man. I'm just not a fan. Just him not being able to get off blocks. And then they got Brandon Cleveland kind of out of place. I expect him to be nose. So all in all, I would say the line's okay. But again, it's on Robbie Leonard. He's going to have to develop those guys. Those guys are going to have to take a step up, especially Hemingway and Pegues. Those guys are going to have a sophomore jump, for us to get something out of this room. So kind of depends on what Robbie can get out of him.
Yeah, I'm with for myself. Adam Butler, y'all know I'm an Adam Butler fan.
Yeah.
But we all know that Adam Butler, he could be the guy, but he's not going to be a top guy, right? Like, he's not going to be a top
Yeah, he's not going to yeah.
He could be a good top D tackle on your team, but he's not going to be a top 10 guy. And
right.
So, and I said this on Sunday, but Adam Butler, if he is not, when Adam Butler and Christian Wilkins were going to play next to each other, like, it could have been a nasty tandem.
4-3. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you could have addressed it and you got somebody that can attract some attention, right? You get somebody early in the draft where now you can run more even fronts. Even though you're a 3-4, you can run more even fronts, and now you'll be able to really have a tandem in the middle that could be nasty if you addressed it early. So since you didn't address it early. And shout out to Don. Jeff, where's Don? Don's our favorite. All right, we're just letting you know. Don is our favorite.
I'm about to say Jeff about to lose his mod.
Yeah, exactly. He just got it. He just got it.
He's about to be
Jeff is showing his
mod cred real quick.
God damn it. No, go. I mean, if you would have addressed it early and you got somebody next to Adam Butler, then you might have a nasty interior defensive line, depending on how you play it. So now it puts a lot of pressure. On JJ Pegues, Tonka Hemingway, to really understand, okay, who are these guys? Are they going to take the next step? Jonah Laulu, right? Are they going to take the next step? And that is exactly what I'm going to be paying attention to. But then you got Laki Tassi. Is Laki Tassi just going to be a role player, or can he come in and actually produce and take 30% of the snaps and actually be a decent interior defensive lineman? Who knows? Not sure how it's going to play out, but it puts a lot of pressure on some of these guys. JJ Pegues, Tonka Hemingway, you guys need to take that next step because Adam Butler can't do it by himself. So, and if our interior defensive line struggles and it does and is not looking good, and we still struggle against the run because our defensive line just cannot kind of play on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, well, guess what? Spytek, you didn't address it early enough in the draft. You waited till literally round 7 to get help on this defensive line. So just like the receiver room, there's a lot to point to if this isn't working out by this year. So, it's a very thin line, Jeff. Better watch yourself. All right. So let's talk about linebackers real quick, okay? The linebackers, Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, top free agent pickups. We brought them into the building. Chat, let us know what you like about this linebacker room. Do you think we need to address it more in free agency? Do you think we didn't do enough in the draft to potentially address this linebacker room? Because we got our starters, Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, Tommy Eichenberg, the Bergs in the building, Cody Lindenberg, Segun Alubi, Chris Thomas, Xavier Sori. The only thing I will add, Xavier Sori, I had it kind of mixed up when we talked about the undrafted free agents last Sunday. Xavier Sori is a kid that I actually like. I think he could come in here, at least compete for a spot on the 53-man roster. Maybe not a starting position, but if you go back and watch him, he played at Arkansas. Kid's got a motor, and he gets downhill very quickly. So I think at a minimum, special teams-wise, he can come and produce. So I want to kind of correct that. I thought he was somebody.
Is that the kid that was causing all the fumbles?
I don't know, to be honest. Not sure.
I think there's a kid like there's. I thought it was him. I think it is him. That's like, I think over the course of his college career, he didn't cause like 8 forced fumbles.
Oh,
like
no
he's kind of. It might have been, but it might have been a UDFA. So it may not be him. But I think we got a UDFA like over the course of his career. He didn't cause like 8 forced fumbles. I forget his name.
Really? Yeah, no, I got it mixed up. I thought Xavier Sori was somebody different, so I was describing somebody else, somebody that was more undersized as a linebacker. But I think Xavier Sori, man, he's got a motor, plays downhill, has a good instincts to the football, had a good showing. I think it was the Senior Bowl. So we'll see how it works. But, Chris, I'm going to throw it to you. Linebacker room. Do you think we need more help? Do you think we addressed it properly? What's your thoughts? Chat, let us know as well. Hit that hashtag Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, I like Dean. I like Walker. As long as Dean can stay healthy, Eichenberg don't do much for me. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think we could have did a little more. Again, I'm always about, how can you develop your players? So like, what can the year 2 players do? Cody Lindenberg, he actually shows that he can play a little bit. I mean, even Tommy. I don't want to give up on him just yet, but he's going to have to show something. So we're going to see some development out of both of them. Right. So it's, in the 3-4, being a true inside, might help him out. I don't know. But to be honest, I'm not super excited. We definitely need some more depth.
Yeah. Severe man, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Obviously, N'Kobe Dean was a guy I had identified, kind of early on in free agency as a guy I wanted us to go after. You just see what he did to Ashton Genty in that Eagles game, and it was, it was just bullying. He was just bullying that dude in the entire game, taking his lunch money. So if he can stay healthy, man, I think he's a darn good player. Quay Walker as well.
Yeah, Quay can play.
Quay can play. I prefer Quay as an outside linebacker, to be honest with you. But him next to Dean, obviously they have that Georgia Bulldog chemistry going. So I think those guys can be some really good starters. Where you begin to worry is the depth. N'Kobe Dean's been banged up the last few years. I think he was banged up coming out of Georgia. That's part of the reason why he failed. So we're a twisted ankle away from Tommy Eichenberg seeing meaningful snaps on defense, and that is a scary thought. So we definitely need to address some depth. I don't even know who will be out there at this point, who we will be able to go after to even provide that depth right now. So
where at linebacker?
Yeah, linebacker.
I know somebody. I know somebody.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know who's available out there right now.
I know somebody, man.
The depth, man.
Bring my boy back.
It's somebody. I think this person they may be in China because the Beijing either China, Notre Dame, or Turkey. They're in one of those spots.
Oh, Isaiah might be on that same page.
Thank you, Isaiah. That's what I'm saying, man. Quit playing. Quit playing with Dev, man.
I'm with you. Look, when it comes to starters, Quay Walker and N'Kobe Dean, man, I'm excited, man. I think that's a hell of a linebacker core as a whole. Obviously, with the outside linebackers, you're going to have Max Slade as outside linebacker, but I also think we're going to walk up Jeremy Chin. We're going to walk up Isaiah Paul-Mao at times, and so we're going to have more safeties in the box. But I think Quay Walker, N'Kobe Dean, very excited. But Severe, to your point, and Chris, I think you mentioned the depth. N'Kobe Dean doesn't have the best health history.
Yeah.
You had to address it. We didn't pick up a single linebacker in the draft. And if N'Kobe Dean goes down, yes, we are now on the heels of Tommy Eichenberg and Cody Lindenberg. And as much as I liked Cody Lindenberg, I liked him as a 7th rounder to be a special teams player with potential to kind of fight for a starting position, but mainly special teams player. That's the type of players you get in the 7th round. And I think Cody Lindenberg, as well as Tommy Eichenberg, both showed that they could play special teams very well. So they have that value, but throwing them in as starters, that's a tough one. And I'll tell you right now, there was a couple linebackers that I really liked that were still available in the 7th round. Aiden Fisher out of Indiana. That kid went in the 7th round. I would have picked him up in a heartbeat in the 7th round. And so I think the kid from Oregon, Betcher, I think his name is. No, that kid, I think it was a day 3 kid as well. I think early day 3 kid. He might have went in the 3rd. I can't remember. But there was linebackers still on the board, even in day 3, that you could have brought onto this team and at least addressed the depth a little bit. And yes, Tommy Eichenberg, at this point, he's got enough experience to where what was he, a 4th rounder? No, I think it was a 5th rounder.
Yes.
He's a 5th rounder. At this point, you got to produce, because if you don't produce, you're not going to be on this team moving forward. So, that's putting a lot of weight on a kid that doesn't have a lot of playing experience, but also when he does get on the field, you see some flashes, but the vast majority of play is not starting caliber. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I don't think we addressed the depth well enough, but I wish we would have. Maybe we could take a look at that on the other side when we look at the free agents that are left over. There he is. He's still in the building. He was waiting. Coach was waiting. So let's talk about the cornerback room. Chat, let us know what your thoughts are. The cornerback room. Honestly, I think we're set for the most part because it's just the way that we addressed it. But Severe, I'm gonna throw it to you first. Thoughts on this cornerback room? Do we address it anywhere else? Are we set and we're rocking with who we got?
First, we'll address this. If he does, Coach, tell him to send me a beat. Now I'll get back to the rapping. But, it really does produce. Cornerback room. You know what? I think we're going to kind of stand pat right now. I think Stooks has experience playing in a nickel. I think Dalton Johnson has experience playing in a nickel. Stooks has experience playing outside as well. We picked up Teron Johnson. So and then we drafted a few guys. Hezekiah Massis, Jermon McCoy. Then we picked up some guys in free agency as well. So and Offer is a guy I like. I think he's a guy that can end up like sneaking onto this roster. So I think we stand pat. We got to see what we got in Darian Porter. If Jermon McCoy is healthy, obviously he's probably the best corner on the team from jump. So I think we're good at the cornerback position right now. We got some returners, and we spent a few assets on it, not only in free agency but as well as in the draft. So I think we stand pat with this corner room.
Yeah, Chris, man, what's your thoughts?
I mean, it's a little shaky, to be honest. Especially with Stokes with his health concerns. Just thinking about him being the true CB1. I think that's always a little risky. And Porter's a guy that I liked, but a guy that doesn't have that much experience in the position. Yeah, it's kind of scary. I mean, happen to know that we may potentially have to put him out there, full time. Of course, McCoy, I think he could be a beast as long as he stays healthy. And then on the Tyron Johnson, I think he's another guy with some health issues, but again, I think he's good at nickel, and I think Stooks can be a guy that really pushes him. So overall, like, I'm not too excited, but again, it goes back to kind of my theme. How are these year 2 guys going to do? And then I think DCam Richardson, he's year 3. Like, these guys are going to have to develop. We're going to have to see a good year 2, year 3 jump from these guys. I mean, that's the point of drafting them. I think Richardson, he was a 3rd round pick, wasn't he? 3rd or 4th round pick. So again, I know it's going to be different schemes, but these guys in their 2nd and 3rd year, they're going to have to step up. On paper, it doesn't look that good, but I think with the development, we might be okay. But I will say it's scary being in the division with the Chiefs and even what Denver and and the Chargers, they all got strong offenses. So it's risky for sure.
Yeah, man, saying this Porter the odd man out. I don't think he's the odd man out. I think it's DCam. Only because
definitely DCam, yeah.
I said this, I think, on Sunday. Even though Porter still looked like a Pete Carroll guy because of the cover 3, Spytek, you drafted him. It's still on your. It's still
that's on your collar, man.
Exactly. So, we'll see. We'll see how it kind of works out. Pigs, what's going on, man? Shout out to you in the building.
Hezekiah is a guy that I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on. Who can't? He's a guy that if we can get some development out of him, and if McCoy can stay healthy, then that changed my mind about this group. But Hezekiah, he's the one that's he could be an X factor there.
Yeah. Offord is a guy too, man. I think they played Indiana, and Offord played his ass off in that game. So
where's he from?
He is at a small Kennesaw State. But he when he coming out of high school, he had a scholarship to Notre Dame. So I don't know what happened at Notre Dame. He ended up going to he's been a small school since. I think he went to Alabama State after that, and then he went to Kennesaw State. But he's a guy. He has some ability. He's good size for a corner too. I think he's 6'1", 2 something. I think at his pro day he ran a 4.4. So he got some athleticism to him. So he's a guy, like I said, against Indiana, he played his best ball. So I'm intrigued to see what he does.
I mean, for me, I actually look at this cornerback room almost exactly how I looked at the offensive line room. Is John Spytek now has his stamp on this room.
Yeah, it's your guys.
I think at the end of the day, I don't want to bring in anybody else. Eric Stokes is the veteran. So you got a vet in the building. So he's the veteran. He's going to be able to kind of help this cornerback room develop with the younger guys. You drafted Darian Porter last year. So you got to make sure that you get all the potential out of him as possible. But then you went and And you brought Eric Stokes back. Let's put it that way. Eric Stokes was on a 1 year last year. You went out and you brought him back. So, and then you followed up with Jamal McCoy and Hezekiah Masses. So at the end of the day, I think that we're going to rock with this cornerback room. And I think the cornerback room has a lot of potential. If Gerald McCoy ends up staying healthy, there's a lot of potential there.
For sure.
I liked Hezekiah Masses as a day 3 guy. So as it stands right now, I think there's good competition. You got yourself your veteran. I think that there's enough depth in this cornerback room that the competition is going to be there. So let's see this battle it out, and let's see who takes these starting positions. So I'm cool with this cornerback room. I honestly don't. I don't see us really bringing anybody else. Again, Severe, if Caleb Offord is a kid that can compete as well, man, let's rock out. Let's see what this battle looks like in training camp and preseason. So I'm game with it. I'm good with it.
Agreed.
So I think not bringing someone in, I agree there, but how do you feel going to war with these guys day one? What's your confidence level playing against other team starters?
My confidence level isn't great.
Yeah.
But I think that's all dependent on the development, one, of who starts, but the development of Darian Porter, right? If Darian Porter next, Eric Stokes, I think he's more of a zone corner, not necessarily man-to-man. So Robbie Leonard, what kind of defense are you going to run? Are you heavy man? Are you zone? I have no clue. I don't have the utmost confidence, but I think we're starting at a pretty good foundation with these young players.
Yeah, as long as they get the belt. Yeah. Because to me, Stokes at cornerback 1, that's scary to me. He's gonna be the one guarding Jamar Chase. I don't know, man. It's just
you discriminating because he got freckles, bro. Let that.
Yeah, and he's light skinned.
Get that hit out your heart, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. My confidence level is it's tied directly to the health of Jamal McCoy. Low key, I don't. If he's healthy, I have a lot more confidence. I'm probably at 7.5, maybe even an 8. Without him there, and more like 6, So 5.5, 6. So just because of the youth and the uncertainty, because everybody talks about how great the year Eric Stokes had, but that's kind of fugazi just because people weren't really going after him when you got this fret, when I'm about to go through all the struggles over here or potential struggles over here, when I got easy work on this side of the field.
Got Caillou Kelly over here.
Exactly, right? I'm going to take this low-hanging fruit all day over here. So, so it remains to be seen what he is. Obviously, Darian Porter, we don't know what scheme we're going to be running, but he's a guy that only 1 year starting at corner at the collegiate level and then coming to the NFL, didn't get a lot of run last year. If we switch the scheme on him, what does that do to his development? So, yeah, man, there's some question marks there. But if Jamal McCoy is healthy, I feel a lot better.
Yeah. And I think as a starting point, it's a little shaky. Got to figure out what's going to happen. But I think there is a lot of potential in this cornerback room. So, all right, let's go to safeties real quick. Last one, and then we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the free agents. But prior to that, we're going to do a start and bench and cut them real quick, have a little bit of fun. So definitely get prepared for that. So safety room, Jeremy Chin, Isaiah Paul-Mal. Really remains to be seen where Traden Stukes is going to play. Are they going to move him to a true free safety, kind of play him on top, or are we rock with Isaiah Paul-Mal? I think that kind of remains to be seen where we end up playing him. But as of right now, safety room, Jeremy Chin, Isaiah Paul-Mal, Dalton Johnson, our 5th-round pick, Tristan McCollum, Devin Lafayette, Tanner Wall. Chat, let us know what your thoughts are on this safety room. Again, I think I might want to assume maybe Traden Stukes might play more of a free safety role, even though he played a lot of nickel and box safety at Arizona. Maybe he might be the free safety. I do know that Dalton Johnson played a lot of free safety as well. So it really just remains to be seen how they're going to play him. But Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first, man. Chat, let us know. Hit that hashtag Raiders, what you like in the safety room. But Severe, thoughts on the safety room. Are you cool with it? Or, man, do we need to start looking around?
It's, it said a lot of it depends on where guys are playing because, I made the assumption that Traden Stukes was going to be a free safety. I think a lot of us made that assumption. I think he was announced as a safety. and maybe the Raiders project him as a safety, but just looking at the numbers of where he played in college, he didn't play a lot of snaps at free safety this past year. The majority of the time he was a nickel defender, and it was Genesis Smith and Dalton Johnson taking over the safety role. So if we are going to roll with him at safety, obviously that pushes either Palomar or Jeremy Chin off the like lower down the depth chart. Most likely Isaiah Palomar with Jeremy Chin staying in at strong safety. So we got him, we got Stooks, and we got Dalton Johnson, who are two young guys that both have some versatility. So we got some youth, a little bit of athleticism. Both of those guys were some ball hawks in college. We'll see if that translates to the NFL. But as it stands right now, we've invested, whether that be in the contract we gave to Isaiah Palomar. I think that was the first guy that SpyTech signed when he was hired as GM. I think Jeremy Chin might have been the first free agent he signed as a GM, if I recall correctly. So then we brought over, like I said, we spent a second round pick over guys like Denzel Boston, over guys like Caden McDonald, over guys like Lee Hunter, over guys like Zachariah Branch. How you feel about him? Over guys like Jeremy Bernard, like over a lot of people. We put all our eggs in the Trey Don Stooks basket. So this guy has to get on the field, obviously, immediately, and he basically has to be a guy that's like a plus starter on this team immediately, especially at his advanced age. So a lot of our hopes in that safety room are riding on that second round pick. So it's a question mark right now, but I'm excited to see what he brings to the table.
Yeah, man, 100%. Chris, I'm going to throw it to you in a second, but Francis Sith, man, hey, enjoy the day off. You said you haven't had a day off in 5 weeks. Shout out, man. Hope you either you have a day off or hope a day off is coming real soon, man, but appreciate you popping in here. We got D-Money in the building. What's going on, man? Throwing a super chat out there, man. I appreciate you doing that. You said, do y'all have any info on safety Devin Perkins, Utah Tech? I tried to look up tape, but haven't been able to find any recent videos. Is he good or practice squad? I'm actually with you. I tried to look up. I really don't have much info on him. I'm going to keep looking though, but I don't know whose channel that's on, to be honest with you.
I gotta be serious.
Probably mine. He's over in mine. I don't.
Okay.
I was trying to look him up too. I was trying to look up a few of the guys, like the dude from Maine. Like,
yeah.
I heard good things about Devin Lafayette though, so we'll see what he brings to the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking. Chris, have you anything on him?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I always like to look up the safeties, but yeah, I haven't had a chance to much about him.
That's where you played before you transitioned to defensive line, right?
Exactly. Before I became JJ Pegues.
It was a safety and nose tackle.
I knew something was gonna happen. We're moving on from that goddamn topic. Yeah, hey, D-Money, appreciate you throwing a super chat out there. Big time. Chris, man, what's your thoughts on this safety room? Man, you go with it. Do we need to maybe address it a little bit in free agency? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm kind of that, like, kind of how you feel with with the linemen, SpyTech, this is kind of like what you put a lot of draft capital in these guys. So, I expect Stooks to start, honestly. I expect him to start being a second round pick. Me personally, I still like Jeremy Chin. I know he had a tough year last year, kind of up and down. But I still like Chin at strong safety. But Stoops, I want to see him start. Dalton Johnson, I wasn't in love with the pick at all. So he was actually one of my least favorite picks. So I'll just have to see more of him. Palomar, I still think he could probably help out, sub packages and stuff like that, help out special teams. But I don't think Palomar's a starting level free safety for sure. So again, it is kind of depends on what we can get out of Stooks. Because again, I expect him to start. I know McCullum where McCullum come from?
He's been on this team for a minute, but he's they tried to play him in the slot a lot, I think, last
Okay,
year.
yeah. So I think he's a guy that, you know, I just remember seeing his name. Looks like he's just kind of trying to move up the depth chart, but I don't think he'll be a factor. And then Lafayette. Where does he come from?
Damn, I forgot where he come from.
Yeah, 'cause I remember seeing him. He showed some potential, but overall, I think again, I don't think this is a real strong safety group. But it depends on what we can get out of Stoops, and if Chin can make that, make a better leap, in our system, because I think we have Joe Woods is still back at the defensive back coach, so hopefully he can get those guys going.
Yeah, Lafayette's the undrafted free agent that we brought in this year, so we'll see just kind of if he can.
He went to
and kind of help out with this secondary.
Yeah, where the old boy from Dallas go? Damn, what's my guy's name? Pass rusher that went from Dallas to Denver.
Dallas.
He went to the same school as him.
Oh my God, Randall. Was it Randall? Randall?
Nah, not Randy Gregory. Damn, he was at Dallas. Damn, he won. I think when he was there with
on the other side of Vaughn.
Other side of Vaughn, yeah. He went to the same school as him.
I know you're talking about.
Small school. Damn.
I can't remember.
He went to the same school as him. So when I was looking him up, I was looking up who went to that school. Damn, what's my guy's name? Troy. It's Troy. The school is Troy, but I can't remember the player now.
Yeah, I know you. I know you're talking about. I want to say. I know it wasn't DeMarcus, but
DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say DeMarcus kept going in my head. I was going to say DeMarcus Lawrence, but no, it's DeMarcus Ware. That's him. Yep.
Ironically, he left the Cowboys and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like DeMarcus Ware.
Look, my take on the safety room is, for me, it's all about scheme.
Yeah.
Scheme has to fit the safety room, because I think Isaiah Paul-Mal could be a better safety if you just get rid of that cover three. Just wipe out that cover three. And if you run two high safety sets, I think you have an Isaiah Paul-Mal and Traden Stukes kind of side by side. And now you have two true, just kind of over the top safeties.
Yeah.
Flip the field. You can kind of invert them a little bit, play around a little bit with them, in a sense that you can disguise coverages so much better if you run two high safety sets, run more of a cover two look. In my opinion, I think that.
What about Chin? You have Chin.
So I think he can play more in the box.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's where he's fit for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have both Nakobe Dean as well as Quay Walker as your linebackers now,
got some speed out there too. Yeah.
Yeah, as more like a third.
And honestly, it'll help us with the tight ends, to be quite honest.
Yeah. I mean, the more and more I look at the way that our safeties and linebackers are set up, as well as even some of our ends, I'm looking at Isaiah Paul-Mal, Traden Stukes being two high safeties, and you could basically move them around all over the place, disguise coverages. And those are some tall safeties kind of sitting at the top, last line of defense again, or you move them around and have a little bit of fun. I mean, again, just with the way my mind works, if I was a defense coordinator and I had these types of safeties and even the corners and the linebackers with Jeremy Chin to play in the box, I'm playing a two high safety set all day long. Yeah. We're running number two and we're disguising everything. But like I said before, when Robbie Leonard came, when we promoted him to the defensive coordinator position, he worked with Brian Flores. So he knows Brian Flores likes to work, and he runs that two high safety cover two look. If he brings that over here,
that could get nasty if it's taught right. Yeah.
So, but to kind of end it, Chris, to your point, this safety room has Spy Tech written all over it. So I'm not bringing
to eat that.
We're rocking what we got, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun. So, cool. All right, we kind of broke that down. Let me kind of go up to the big screen. Let me set it up. Let's have a little bit of fun. Start them, bench them, cut them, and then I think really, chat, as I set this up, let me know what position groups you think we need to address in free agency. What I've kind of got based on the talks that we've had. Maybe we look at receiver. Maybe we look at linebacker for depth. Seems like those are probably the two, maybe D-line, just if there's a bigger D-lineman out there. It looks like those are probably the 3 position groups we really want to take a look at and prioritize. Again, receiver, D-line depth, as well as linebacker depth. So we'll take a look at that. Chat, let me know. Hit that hashtag Raiders if you have any disagreement on that. I'll definitely get my guys' take on that as well. But we're going to have a little bit of fun. Start them, bench them, cut them. Now, like I was telling my guys before we got on here, my program decided to do like they just messed everything up. And so I got to figure it all out now. So usually I slow roll the names, but this time I'm just hitting you with it. So if you guys don't know the way that this game works, it's a start them, bench them, cut them. 3 players are going to pop up on there. Each player is going to have a letter in front of them. And all you have to do is not like Jeff, like the cheater he is. All right. It's going to be A, B, C, and you put them in that order. Start them, bench them, cut them. So if you want to start A, bench B, cut C, you put A, B, C. So whatever order you want to start them, bench them, and cut them. Okay. That's how it is. If you want to get included, hit that sub button. We do a sub-only chat just to show our appreciation to our subscribers. Just one way to do it. But also, if you guys don't know, I'm 805 Raider. My channel is Real Talk Raider Nation. You got Chris Protect Show podcast on this side. You got The Severe Raider over here. We do a little bit of this as we get into the offseason. We have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to pull it up on the screen so you guys can see. It's a tight end. It's going to be a tight end room. There it is. Greg Olsen on the left. Lenny Walker in the middle, and you got George Kittle on the
I think I'm good though.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah.
Think you're good? Okay. I didn't know if throwing the one in the middle was gonna throw it off, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I was a big fan.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was cold. He was cold, but yeah, man.
Throw to him. And even when he had, because I think his number one quarterback of all through his time was Tannehill.
Yeah.
And he looked Tannehill. He made Tannehill look good.
Exactly. Yeah, not facts. Nah, you ain't lying.
So I don't know. I'm a big fan of the guy in the middle, but I just was curious to see just kind of how everybody felt on it. So chat, let me know. Who would you start? Who would you bend? Who would you cut in that order? Put the letter associated to it. Sounds like my guys are already ready for it. You already know. So Chris, you just kind of said it first. So where are you gonna go?
I'm going ACB. I feel strong with it.
Okay.
ACB.
I can't get mad at that. You know, the thing about George Kittle is George Kittle. Look, he's the full complete tight end.
Oh, for sure. He just can't stay healthy.
It just depends on how full complete you think Greg Olsen really was compared to, George Kittle. So,
but I feel like them, and I mean, I'd have to look at the numbers, but I just going off of memory, like that year that he had with Cam, he acted a fool, man. He acted a fool with Cam. Greg did. So yeah.
And I think it's tough because I think George Kittle, man, the moment that they put yeah, right, Jeff.
We forgive her immediately. She gets to go party.
Tom would not make mistakes like that. We know that, Jeff. All right. I think what's gonna hurt Kittle in just his talks of potential. Obviously, he's got to get healthy, man. Like his injuries are nasty, so who knows what his future looks like. But the moment that you brought over Christian McCaffrey, you just knew his production was going to go down because
and it did. Yeah,
a bunch of plays because of the run game, but now Christian McCaffrey is going to be included in that passing game as well. So it's like, now Kittle, his production is just going to go down, not because he's not good. It's just that now you're going to feed Christian McCaffrey, which is a little tough.
But I feel at least a couple years. I feel like Greg was the best tight end in the league. Like, I feel like at least a year or two. I feel like Kelsey was. I mean, not Kelsey, but I feel like Kittle was never the best.
Yeah, I think what's tough though is like two different offenses, right? I think Kelsey was so good because Mahomes was passing the ball like crazy.
No,
where
I mean, oh yeah. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so I think it's just more opportunity based because man, you put
that's a
Kittle
good
on
point too.
AC.
Oh, he going bananas, man.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He going bananas. You put him over there. Yeah.
So, but Jeff is cabinet. Shout to Jeff. Jeff's cabinet. D Money, you're cutting them all. All right, man. You and Jeff, man, you all cheaters. That's what you guys are doing. What up, Nada in the building? Arnie Garza, what's happening? So, Severe, man, what you doing?
Yeah, I'm cabinet, man. I'm cabinet. People sleep on George Kittle. I was sleeping on George Kittle. Tua. I think I was looking up like tight end numbers, and like what they did because I think he was talking about Brock, and because I always because in Tua last year I was still saying George Kittle in my opinion was the best tight end in the league over Brock, over Trey, over Kelsey. I thought just what he does in the run game as a blocker, what he does in on the offense just as a pass catcher as well. I think he's the guy by far the best blocking tight end in the league. That's also a pass catcher. Like it's not even close. And he's probably like top 5-ish blocking tight ends really to keep it 100 with you. So and if you look at what he did his second year in the league, and this is why I was talking about what people was like trying to say, oh, Brock Bowers is so much better than him. His second in the league, he put up 1,400 yards as a tight end with the 49ers. And people are, but it's the 49ers. You want to know who his quarterbacks were that year? Were CJ Beathard and Nick Mullins. Beathard and Nick Mullins, and he put up 1,400 yards year 2 in the league. I think he has like 4,000 or 5,000 yard seasons as a tight end. I think he has a couple double-digit touchdown seasons as well. So to me, I mean, that guy, I think he's a dominant tight end, and he's dominant not only as a pass catcher but as a blocker as well. Greg Olsen, Greg Olsen's a legend, if nothing else, for the Miami rap song. He's like he automatically you automatically on the bench just for that. You're not getting cut just off of that. And then obviously, because I want to say he was the 2007 draft because I remember that year he went first round and Zach Miller went second round, and then his rookie year, Zach Miller outperformed him. And it wasn't until he really got to Carolina with Cam that he turned into a baller. So and then he was consistent throughout his entire career, but I still got to put Kittle over him.
I'm with you. I'm gonna give you mine, but hey, we got the better half of the 401 Jeff team. Don, good seeing you, Don. Appreciate you popping in here. Now see, Don's in here. See, Jeff, you're good now. Don might have to be my moderator.
Right.
God damn it. But shout out to Don. Appreciate you popping up in here. All right, let's see. Dre just doesn't like it as a whole. British 5'10".
I think you're talking about those quarterbacks.
Oh, you're talking about quarterbacks?
I think when I was talking about Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Look, I'm going, okay. I am cabinet. I'm putting Kittle in front of Olsen, but I'll tell you right now, the only problem that I have is imagine if Delaney Walker was on that Carolina team.
Yeah, Delaney is cold.
Like, if Delaney Walker just had a quarterback, this kid could be nasty.
Yeah.
But I know you only can play the what if game so much, but it is where it is.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I know. Delaney Walker was cold. But yeah. I mean, like, what's like, George Kittle ran a 4.52 at like 250 pounds.
Yeah.
Like 6'4" and a half, 250. He ran like a 4.5. Like, the dude is and he's Iowa. He went to Iowa, right? Ain't he from Iowa?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so like, man, them Iowa, them Iowa tight ends are different.
Exactly. Ray Nation 5'10", Walker was unstoppable in his prime years. He was.
He was bad. I remember.
And I can't remember what receivers were over there at the same time.
With him?
Yeah. I think he was, unless he was just the only target over there. I can't remember who was with him.
Oh,
Well, he was after Derek Mason, right?
Ooh,
yeah, that was after. Yeah, he was after. Did he have D-Hop at that point?
I don't know.
Actually, my boy was there. That I went to college with, Nate Washington. He was there. I think he was with them for a little bit.
Washington.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
He was there, I think. Damn, who did they have?
Oh, a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Nate. It wasn't Nate Washington then. I think Dre just said Nate something. It wasn't Nate. Nate Washington.
Delaney Walker.
I feel like they had somebody else though.
Yeah, because Nate was only there a couple. Because most of his career was with the Steelers.
Yeah.
No, that's so. I want to say there was somebody there. I just can't put I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, I can't either. I'm trying to think.
AG,
that was, he was there during the Cortland Finnegan years, right?
See, I got one start at Delaney Walker. I like it. I like your style, AG.
Oh, my guy. My guy. Yeah. My guy. Oh, AJ Brown. There you go. AJ Brown. My guy, Justin Hunter. Oh, that's the first Tennessee wide receiver that got me. Man.
That got you?
Yeah, bro. I thought Justin Hunter was about to be the next AJ Green, bro. I thought he was going to be nice.
Yeah, Kendall Wright. Yeah.
Never did nothing.
My boy, Nasty Nate.
Over there.
Yeah, Nate.
Got you, Jeff. Okay, Jeff, you're
Harry
back.
Douglas too, man. I thought Harry Douglas was going to be. I think he ended up going to the Falcons. I forgot what school he went to. Corey Davis.
Back in the circle for that until Don wants back in. All right. All right, Alec, BCA. Another start for man. I like our chat. See, you guys are showing some love for Delaney Walker. All right, Rick, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you rocking up in here. Okay, all right, we're gonna go back down. Let's see. Let me set this thing up. Appreciate it again. Just something we do in the off season. Start them, bench them, cut them. We got a couple more games that we'll do periodically, so definitely tap in for that. We're gonna finalize this. We're gonna finish this up. We're gonna look at just the free agents real quick. I'm gonna blow this up so we can see. Man, it's nothing but ads, so just be careful, be mindful. We are going to take a look at what's available. We're going to take a look at what I say, receiver first. We're going to see what's left out there. All right. So, guys, let me know if there's anybody that we should maybe take a look at, possibly bring in, because at the end of the day, I think we can all agree we don't have a true number one. And we didn't prioritize it in the draft. We brought in Jalen Naylor, but what can you expect out of Jalen Naylor? We'll see just kind of how well Kubiak can scheme him up. But chat, let me know, based on the list that we see in front of us, is there a receiver that you would like to possibly bring in to add to this receiver room? At the top of the list, you got Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs. Severe, you said, man, he beat the case. So he's at least available out there without the dirt behind him. Debo is out there. Curtis Samuel, Juwan Jennings. Did Juwan Jennings not sign with anybody?
No.
Okay. D-Hop is out there. Noah Brown, Keenan Allen, Jahan Dotson, Quadrell Hodge, Josh Reynolds, a slim, Zay Jones, Hunter Renfrow. Not a whole lot of names out there. So,
yeah, man, I'm cool. Keep my money in my pocket.
Yeah, it's like
keep my money in my pocket.
Manuel's looking at Diggs. All right, Chef Raider for life. What's going on? You're saying Rashad Jennings. He is still out there. Alec,
it's another Tennessee receiver. I'm cool.
I would bring in Diggs still though. Brandon Lloyd. You talking about Brandon Lloyd like Denver Broncos?
I think you're talking about did Brandon Lloyd play for the Titans? I remember him with the Broncos. I don't remember him with the Titans.
Barbecue chicken.
Brandon Lloyd will make the most incredible catch you've ever seen in your life and then drop an easy one. The next.
Oh yeah.
I really don't think we have much salary cap space left, to be honest with you. But yes, Golden Boy did bring it. Diggs beat it. He beat the cake. Yeah, look at Rainish 5'10". You just bringing up old heads. I got you. Yeah. Randy Moss at this point.
He might have been on the Titans team too, actually.
I forgot he was there for us.
He did for that 1 year after he left the Niners.
Honestly, I don't see anybody that I'd pay money to bring in. I mean, Juwan Jennings is going to want to get a little bit of money. I'm not paying him. I I think based off of this list, this is my opinion. God, I don't know if I'm bringing in anybody.
Yeah.
Like, if Keenan Allen wants to come in for vet min, maybe you can consider it. But still, Spytek's got to, man, he's got to stand on his name and bringing in some of these receivers. So I just don't really see anybody in this receiver room that I want to bring in because I really don't want to give up the money to bring him in. Chris, any thoughts?
No, that's kind of where I'm at. At the end of the day, Spytek made his decisions on draft weekend to stand pat, you know, and rock out with our wide receivers we got. So, like we said, stand on it unless there's a cap casualty that makes sense. You know, Kubiak is gonna have to work with what he got. Got to cook.
Yeah, Severe thoughts.
Yeah, I'm right where Chris is at, man. You know, we made our bed. Now we got to lie in it. You know, Spytek, he had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to draft guys with, you know, that were established wide receivers in college or guys that had high upside coming into the league, and he elected to do none of it. So right now, I'm not about to spend my money on players that the entire league said they didn't want to
right.
So. You know, all these guys were on the wrong side of 32 for the most part, and we don't know what kind of like. I ain't bringing Debo to Samuel nowhere where there's buffets. Like, you know, so I'm good.
Real quick, shots of Rundown, man. Hey, Rundown, congrats, big dog. I think you eclipsed the 5K mark, man. Shout out to you.
Wow.
Keep grinding, big dog. Do your thing. If you guys don't know, definitely go over to a Reddit Rundown as well.
You don't know why Michael Thomas is teamless?
Man.
You know what Michael Thomas
he's a worse
do
teammate.
I don't want no part. He'll do to Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, I don't want no part.
It will never be the same.
Same with Tyreek Hill, man. I swear. Tyreek Hill, I know who was it? I think someone said, oh, Golden Boy said bring in Tyreek Hill for 1 year, man.
No way.
I just don't want the attitude problem, you know, and we don't have the quarterback room that's gonna, you know, feed him to the point where he's gonna be happy, and all you're gonna get is attitude out of the kid, to be honest with you. So we're just not in that stage to where Kirk Cousins, he ain't Kirk Cousins that he threw for 4,000 yards, you know, 5 years ago. It's gonna be probably a struggle, and at the same time, if he struggles, you're gonna get Fernando Mendoza. Tyreek Hill ain't gonna be about that. So I think that's where I'd struggle with that. Again, like I said, the one thing that I just feel like we don't have in this receiver room is a true veteran. Jalen Naylor is still young. So if you want to bring in a veteran, if that veteran is willing to come in for a really cheap contract, then the only one that I'd look at is Keenan Allen, because he's a true vet. He might be able to help teach some of these younger guys.
He wouldn't want no parts of that, though. You know, he probably wants to start chasing the ring at this point.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to bring in a vet, because we have a young receiver room.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Only one I'd probably bring in is Keenan Allen, but he'd have to come in just an extremely cheap contract.
Yeah.
So
you mean, man, we got Philip Dorsett.
We want to look at two others. Let's look at the interior D-line room. I forget. The Giants just picked up one interior D lineman. I forget who he was.
I forget who it was too.
I'm blanking on his name. But yeah, available interior D line. If we wanted to bring in somebody kind of help out this 3-4 look.
My boy Brandon Graham still kicking. I ain't mad at him, man.
Still there.
Mario Edwards Jr. Dude, our draft pick.
I'll be honest. I don't see nobody. Benito Jones.
Yeah, man.
Jahad Ward still in the damn.
Yeah. He actually played solid last year. Him and Mario Edwards both played some solid ball last year.
Yeah. Man, I don't see nobody.
Damn, Kalen Saunders. I remember, man. That was the dude that was the athletic freak, right?
Thanks, Omega.
Who? Which one?
Kalen Saunders. That was the athletic. I think he got drafted to the Saints. That's the dude that could do a backflip. I remember everybody was like, he's 300 pounds. He could do a backflip. Perry and Renfrey. I think he went to Texas A&M. I thought he was gonna be nice when he was coming out.
That's a trash.
Yeah, Dre. I think he went. Yeah, I thought he was gonna be nice when he came out. I want to say it was Texas A&M. I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on him.
Yeah, 25, almost 26.
Yeah, I mean, because I think he's not. I think he just got lost in the shuffle in the numbers games. You got Quinn in there, and you got Kenny Clark there. I mean,
I don't see anybody.
Yeah,
I think the Rob who we got.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm at the point now. It's like we made our decisions. Like if there's some roster cuts, some cap casualties, maybe look at that. But I'm cool on these dudes.
Josh, you stand on it. You stand on business. Besh is going to eat this season, 800 plus yards. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. All right, last position group. I think the one thing that we want to look at is just the depth of the linebacker room. Because we didn't draft.
You know who's gonna be at the top? Oh, he's not up there. Okay, he's still not up there.
Slow down and see who we find.
36-year-old. Wait, how far down we got to go?
All right, Bobby Okereke, Bobby Wagner, still kicking. He's still out there. Levante David, Logan Wilson, Kenneth Murray, Matt Milano. Which I'm surprised he's still kind of around. I know he's on the older side, but at this point, no one at least picking up Matt Milano. I think he can at least be a depth piece for somebody. Devin Bush, I think he retired, right?
Did Devin Bush?
I thought he got picked up.
Did he? I'm on. Yeah,
I thought he did. Maybe. Yeah, I thought he did.
Devin Bush retired.
Did he? Okay.
I would not mind bringing back Atlanta Roberts as a depth piece. If someone gets hurt, he could be a good middle linebacker, 3-4 middle linebacker. I wouldn't mind bringing him back just as a depth piece. Cheap veteran contract.
He was in because he ran a 3-4 in when he was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And in Patriots, right? So what with us the only time it was in a 4-3?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, cool. Yeah. They retired. Okay, cool.
David.
Oh yeah, Levante David.
Yeah, Levante David did. I thought you said Devin Bush.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I did say Devin Bush, so my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, that was off.
Yeah.
Hey, Daryl, go get Will Compton. Bring Will Compton back. Get him off the bus. Jermaine Pratt, he ain't going to come back over here. We don't want him.
Man.
Yeah.
We're still moving down, guys. We're still moving. The list is still going down. I'm just letting y'all know.
Didn't Preston Smith retire? Or no, maybe that was the Darius.
Yeah, I always got that.
There he is.
There we go. Oh, we got that. There we go.
Look at that number though. Look at that number.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that number.
Hey, as a depth piece at this point, but you got to use them right. But shit, I mean, it's either would you take? I think that's what the
taking him over Tommy Ami.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, get Tommy Big Neck out of here.
Right? On a cheap contract.
Man.
I mean, I don't see anybody else on this list. Again, if you kind of
scroll back up. Oh, and he too old. Damn. Now that's who I wanted. The year we drafted Obi Melifonwu, I wanted us to take Zach Cunningham. Man.
Zach Cunningham?
Yeah, the Texans took him. He was cold too.
What? Did he go to UCLA?
Zach Cunningham?
Yeah, where'd he go?
No, he either went to either UCF or Vanderbilt. I can't remember.
Oh,
either UCF or Vanderbilt. I can't remember. It was one of those two. I mean, look, I'll take a flyer on Kenneth Murray or Devin Bush, but not for those prices. Them prices got to come down. But I'll kick the tires on one of those guys. I've always liked Kenneth Murray though. I mean, I always thought he was gonna be.
Me too, man. Me too. But he stay hurt.
Yeah,
Bush too. Bush was my dog.
Devin Bush, yeah, he's super undersized though. That's the only problem with him. He's super undersized. But who's the dude that went to Damn, I think he ended up going to the Chiefs. Did he go to the Chiefs? He was a linebacker. I want to say he was out of Alabama. That was cold. He goes to the Chiefs. I think it was, or maybe it was the Browns.
Oh, the one that got in trouble. Didn't he get in trouble?
No, not. You thinking
Ruben?
Not. No, you talking about.
He was a bad man.
Yeah.
Ruben. I forgot.
Yeah. Not him. It was another because he went to Bama. He was in the league and he got cut recently, and they just picked him up. Damn, what's my dog? I can't remember his name. He might not be with the 49ers. I forgot who he went to. But he caught on somewhere though.
Yeah, Daryl, real quick saying, how do you feel about bringing Jamal Adams for depth? I think our safety room is square. I don't want to bring him in. We need.
If I talking about linebacker,
even at linebacker, I don't know if I'd bring him in for depth.
Yeah,
Reuben Foster was the other guy, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Reuben Foster. God damn, bro.
What's my guy's name? Damn, can't remember his name.
He got in trouble, didn't he?
Yeah, he got in trouble. Remember, he had to leave the combine, and that's what tanked his draft stock. I thought we was gonna take him.
Yeah,
he had like a bed full of guns, and something happened with his girlfriend, where like he beat up his girlfriend with the guns or something like that.
No, that was Greg Hardy, where he threw his girlfriend on a bed full of guns.
That's right.
Yes. Greg Hardy was a monster, though, bro.
I knew Devin Bush. Yeah, Devin Bush got signed to the Bears. I know he got signed somewhere.
I think it is C.J. Mosley.
Yeah, I remember saying that.
So I don't know. For me, I think the only linebacker that I'd like to bring back, and it's only because last year he was just a tone setter, liability and pass coverage, not to be a starter, but just straight depth. I'd bring back Landon Roberts on a really cheap contract. That's what I'd do.
I'm bringing Dev back. I don't care what y'all say.
Dev.
Care what y'all say. Bring Dev.
Man. All right. So, Severe, you good with this list?
I'm good.
All right. We're going to go back up to the big screen. All right. So, just so you guys know, we kind of went over all the position groups, kind of the depth chart. We wanted to kind of identify just what position groups do we still need some help with, and then we can kind of compare it to what is left of free agency. I think the overall consensus is that we're rocking with who we got. There's obviously there's going to be some cap casualties, some roster cuts as teams kind of get down to the 53. And look, there's still some gems that could be available as teams get down to that 53-man roster. So we definitely got to pay attention to that if we do need some help at other position groups. But I think overall, what we've been able to kind of just identify is that John Spytek, he now has two free agent sessions, as well as 2 drafts that he's got his name written all over this roster. Now it's time to make it work. So, based on the roster and what we went over, Severe, I'll throw it to you first, man. Any final thoughts just on the roster, free agency, everything? Any final thoughts you want to share?
We got some frontline talent on this team. Outside of wide receiver, obviously, but we have some frontline talent on this team. But depth is going to be a key issue, and it remains to be seen. What we did, and really what we can still do to address any of the issues we have at some of these spots. We went through the list of wide receivers, putrid, defensive linemen, not great, or either, linebackers, maybe there's a few guys on there you may kick the tires on, but at this point, man, we kind of got to wait for cut day and hope there are some guys that are unexpectedly cut or stand pat with what we have right now and try to rock out. So just really this year too is development year for some of our young guys. Let's see what these young guys are made of and see how they progress from year 1 in the league to year 2, and hopefully at least one of those guys can make a jump. And we can find some answers to at least some of the questions that we have remaining on this roster. But we're not going to find any in free agency until teams start cutting down to their 53, which isn't until like late July, early August.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute. Chris, man, thoughts on the final roster and just kind of how it looks the free agency and draft is done.
Yeah, to be honest, I just think that we're starting to build a foundation, but again, it's all about the development, So on paper, it doesn't look too like sexy or whatever, but if we get some of those second and third year guys developed, then we may have something to kind of work with. But I think there's still a lot of holes. And I think the depth, we always go through a lot of injuries, especially towards the middle to the end of the season. So I think we're gonna feel it, honestly. So I think we have the worst roster, especially in our division. So to be honest, it's still going to be a rough season. So we should have, definitely in the wide receiver room. we're definitely light there. So it's all on Spy Tech. I think he had the opportunity to make some moves. He didn't make them, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of gonna just leave it as Spy Tech. The last 2 drafts has left the opportunity open for the fan base to kind of have speculation if his picks don't work out. Right? You went and you went and you drafted guys in positions where there was other possible starting caliber players that could have helped this team day one. So if some of these early picks don't work out, I think that's going to be a bad look on Spy Tech. So I think it has to work out for him, but also we're starting to kind of get a trend now with Spy Tech. We have two drafts now to kind of figure out who Spy Tech is, what type of guys that he likes. At the end of the day, Spy Tech is starting to – he likes to move around the draft, but at the same time, he's picking projects.
Yeah.
Like that's what he's doing. He's literally picking projects early in the draft. Jack Best, project, 1 year as a receiver, former tight end. Darian Porter, 1 year as a corner, not a lot of experience, project. Charles Grant, project, coming from a small school. Kieran Crawford, project. Like it's just you're starting to get a trend now. And at the end of the day, what he's done is he's opened up that door for a lot of people to kind of speculate as to whether or not he drafted well if his early rounds don't work out. That's gonna be a tough one. So but yeah, this offensive line better be good, and this receiver room better be good. Point blank, period.
No excuses for Genty. I don't want to hear none of that.
100%. Because this O-line has to work out because you drafted Genty, so you have to give him a good offensive line, period. So if the offensive line continues to struggle and you didn't address it early for two separate drafts, that's on you 110%. This receiver room has to work out. Your second round, Jack Best and Deontay Thornton have to work out because you didn't address it in this draft, at least early enough. It's got to work. Point blank, period. So time for Spy Tech to prove it, for sure.
No, I was talking about Mac Wilson was who I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. I remember Mac Wilson. Yeah.
Hey, Cheeto, we bring fire hats. At least these two. I don't wear hats, but you bring fire hats. So just stay on this one. Don't go to Loons on Fridays because then you'll see.
This is a wild statement.
On that note, we're getting the hell out of here. You guys are crazy. You guys are out of your mind. So, hey, we appreciate everybody rocking with us. Do us a favor, double tap the screen, hit that sub button if you like what you're hearing. But just so you guys know, we're actually going to basically, since it's the off season, a lot of things are going on. We're actually going to take a break from Sundays until the action kind of starts to pick up again. We're going to hit you guys on Wednesdays every single week. If something crazy does happen, we'll band together and jump on. And we're definitely going to hit you guys with the live if something crazy happens. But as the summer kind of goes, obviously it's going to be a lot of downtime. We're going to hit you guys on Wednesdays, and we're going to pick back up on Sundays kind of as the training camp kind of gets a little bit deeper. We get closer to the preseason games. And so definitely tap in. But we definitely hit you guys on Sundays during the season as well as the preseason games, all that. That's our normal times. Wednesday is our normal time. We'll definitely be back every single Wednesday for you. But on Sundays, we're going to take a little bit of a break while the downtime hits you. So just so you guys know. But before we get out, man, Chris, definitely shout out that Hugh Jackson interview once again, but let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Chris with Protect the Shield podcast. Definitely check me out. Rock out with my boys. Now it's gonna be every Wednesday for now, but check me out. Got a couple good interviews on my channel, especially with Hugh Jackson. Got a good underrated one was the one I did with Jason Campbell. Didn't get that many views, but I thought that was a fire one. So definitely look up that one as well. And I'm just grinding with my boys, man. Damn, that sound whack. No, never mind, man. That's God damn it. All right, man. Y'all know where to find me, man.
Like one for that one. Hey, he's fire with them today. He's
can't can't talk. All this immaturity around, man. I'm an 80s baby, man. I'm an 80s baby. We don't play that game, man.
Where's my dog LS at?
Right.
All right, Severe. Let them know where everybody can find you and all your shows throughout the week.
Man, you guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, X, IG, Kick, Twitch, of course, True Social. Holla at your boy. Wednesdays, the Raider Row Room, my guy, Chris Protected Shield, 805 Raider. Like you said, if something big happens, we'll hop in on a Sunday. Unless Chris is in international waters, then it'll just be me at 805. But
I'm getting them set up.
He lining them up, man. He lining these things up like AI videos on YouTube. But and Tuesdays and Thursdays with my dog Pharaoh NFL, the 50-50 show and Around the Ship, man. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you double tap the screen, head over to my dog's channels, make sure y'all hit sub over there as well.
100%, man. If you guys don't know, I'm 805 Raider, which channel's Real Talk Raider Nation. I rock out with my guys in Raider War Room. Sometimes I'll do a solo live here and there, but like Severe said, if something crazy does go down, we will definitely jump on here and get you our takes in the Raider War Room. But I will do some individual videos at times. But honestly, I love coming on here, doing the lives, chop it up with the chat, so we can kind of do that back and forth and have a little bit of fun. So definitely tap in. Again, my channel is Real Talk Raider Nation. I'm 805 Raider. If you guys are going to be in the SoCal area, Bakersfield next weekend, May 16th, Raider Nation Summer Kickoff. Go to Raiders Crusaders. All the information's there. We're going to be there. Myself, Severe's going to try to get out there, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. So if you're in the SoCal area, Raider Nation Summer Kickoff, great way to kick off the summer with Raider Nation. Just a massive Raider Nation party. It's going to be fun. And yes, Cheeto will have his Cheeto Lounge out there, and we're going to rock out, have a good time. So, hey, appreciate y'all, man. Do us a favor. Double tap that screen. We're going to hit you next Wednesday, a week from today. We're going to give you just all the updates. We're going to chop it up about everything going on in the off season. Tap in for that. Hit the notifications so you do know when we go live and rock out with us. And we'll run back Sundays kind of later in the off season. But just so you guys know, during the season, we break down game film like we've done the last 2 seasons, just to kind of give you a little deeper take on the games week in and week out. We appreciate you guys. So have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on the next one. We're going to peace out of here. We're out. Later, guys.